better to be able to make the game without
Sale lumière dans la gueule.
update.
そうそれはもう理想を言え
Voilà,
ば
devrait aller.
そうだと思いますね。
Yeah, in the best case scenario, that would be it. No
Ah merde,
updates,
c'est mon live.
だから少なくとも
Sorry.
GT スポーツは GT5 や GT6 のように例えば、ローンチしてからもう半年後に実際
Voilà.
事実上ビデオ完成する
Ok,
っていう
ça
ね
comme ça.
そういう作り方はしてないですね。
Ok,
GT ス
ça
ポーツは
comme ça.
ローンチした時
On
点
est
で
pas mal.
完成されているという
Non, je veux pas ça
So
moi.
in that respect,
Je veux pas le planning.
Gran Turismo Sport is not going to be like GT5 or GT6, where half a year after the game actually launches, the game is being completed.
Sure.
I don't think that will be the
Putain, il y a
case
du monde.
for GT
Bonjour,
Sport.
bonsoir même,
The
bonsoir.
complete title winning. Sport,
Great.
is not-
I think that's all the.
Il y a du monde
questions
là
I
pour une
had.
soirée.
But yeah.
4
thank
commentaires
you,
déjà.
Kazunori Yamauchi, thank
Eh
you so
ben.
much for joining us.
Eh ben dis donc,
Taka, thank you so much for translating. And we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
là
Yeah,
on
we,
est
if you're watching from
à
home, we will be continuing with Final Fantasy 14.
une demi-heure
the expansion
de
storm
la
right
conf.
after this.
Enfin,
But,
la conf.
again, thank you so much
De
for joining us.
l'événement.
Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. And we'll see you around. Yamauchi, thank you
Eh
so
ben.
much for joining us.
Là ils vont nous parler de Final Fantasy XIV. Voilà. Enfin de l'extension je crois. Je crois que c'est extension. Putain, 13 personnes. C'est un record les gars, hein. C'est un record. 13 personnes à 23h, c'est un record. Putain. Eh, je vais faire que des lives de la soirée. Laisse tomber. Alors, je vais vous montrer une image. Enfin, des images qu'un abonné sur Twitter m'a montré. Oh, putain, il y a beaucoup de monde, hein. Putain. Frère, je m'attendais pas à autant de personnes. Hein. Dites-moi, qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Est-ce que vous pensez au fake? Attends, d'abord, je vais enlever ça. Est-ce que vous pensez que c'est du fake ça? Ou pas? Petite question de la soirée. Ah mais il y a vraiment du monde hein. Ah c'est parce qu'il y a Chucky 18 dans le chat. Enfin dans le titre, c'est pour ça, ça ramène les gens. Est-ce que vous pensez au fake ou pas? C'est une image qui a été tirée il y a 1 heure. Hein. Il y en a encore d'autres. Hein. C'est pas la seule. Mais il y a du monde hein. Pas. Putain. 20 personnes. Alors que le live, je vais le lancer il y a 4 minutes, même pas. Vous y croyez vraiment? Parce que regardez, je vais aller sur son compte Twitter. Le mec il a ouvert son compte aujourd'hui. Ça on est d'accord. Chucky peut pas faire ça. Chucky peut pas faire ça. T'as déjà vu Chucky faire une rampe aussi grande que ça? Non, Chucky, non. Moi, je pense que c'est faux, personnellement. Mais moi, je pense au fake. Je pense au fake, sérieusement. Parce que là, le mec, il te dit première image officielle. Ta source. Ta source, frère. Voilà, c'est ce que je pensais. Merci d'être là, les amis. Merci d'être là. Final Fantasy bientôt. Oui, je vous mets aussi le lien du live. Puisque ça peut vous intéresser, ça. Non, pas mon Tipeee. Attendez, je vais vous mettre le lien du live pour ceux qui veulent avoir le live en direct en même temps que moi. Alors, il est où? Je parle pas fort aussi. Hein. Parce qu'il est quand même bientôt 23h. Alors, propriété. Paf. Dans le bord, ça c'est bon. Alors, je vais me mettre le planning aussi. N'inquiétez pas. Notre petit planning. Hop. C'est que c'est uniquement sur Sting Spot hein, qu'on peut voir la conf. Hein. Twitch, le 3 sur Twitch, ils veulent pas. Voilà, comme ça vous avez le lien dans le chat pour ceux qui veulent le voir en direct. vous pensez qu'il y aurait quoi? Qu'ils vont nous dévoiler quoi? Parce que moi j'attends rien du tout. Hein. C'est que le 3. Hein. Moi j'attends pas. J'attends pas grand chose. Je me suis dit, ouais, c'est le 3. Hein. Ils vont pas tout dévoiler maintenant. Peut-être juste un trailer. Peut-être, je sais pas. En tout cas, on a une demi-heure encore à attendre, donc j'ai un peu... Est-ce que vous avez vu toutes les conférences de l'E3? Parce que moi je les ai tous matées, donc... Enfin, toutes matées. Ah oui, il y a eu un jeu qui m'a vraiment chauffé. Ah, Valentin, c'est du Chouki 18. Moi je suis pas là pour Final Fantasy. Je vais vous montrer le jeu qui m'a... C'est EA. Ah oui, c'était la seule vraiment... Ouais, EA peut-être. Ou alors Pépite, c'est A Way Out, qui est sympa. Mais moi, ma pépite. Quand je dis ma pépite, c'est ma pépite. C'est une exclu play, tout simplement. C'est Days Gone. Je vais vous le balancer tout de suite là. Paf. Voilà. Moi je suis comme ça, je balance des trailers. C'est Days Gone qui m'a vraiment chauffé de ouf. Il sort qu'en 2018 hein, malheureusement. C'est pas de pas se prendre trop de strike aussi. Il y a aussi un nouveau jeu EA. Ah oui, A Way Out. Je suis très mauvais en anglais. Alors si 2K veut vraiment marquer quoi le 3, vraiment niveau marketing pour poster un coup de ouf direct. Déjà on sait que le jeu est annoncé, donc ça sert à rien de le réannoncer. Bah déjà pour moi il devrait balancer un trailer. Ouais, un trailer. Un trailer déjà c'est cool. Et ensuite, je dis bien ensuite, ce qu'ils peuvent balancer, c'est confirmer un mode de jeu. Niveau marketing, là, ils seront bien. Donc moi je vais couper le trailer maintenant. Tu sais quoi, bah les couilles. Allez comme ça. Hop. Alors logiquement l'événement commence à 23h30. Et il doit durer 1 heure. Donc minuit 30 on est là. Après t'as plein. T'as encore plein de jeux derrière. Mais on va dire que 2K a vraiment la VE. L'un des événements les plus gros. Hein. Il y avait Funhouse aussi qui avait 1 heure. Sinon c'est qu'une demi-heure. Après t'as le John Bomb aussi, mais bon c'est à 6h du matin quoi. Putain 28 personnes c'est chaud quand même. T'as autant de monde. Maman oui j'ai vu FIFA. Je voulais pas l'acheter. Puis ils ont annoncé genre un reboot des icônes. Et ça m'a chauffé. Donc je vais sûrement acheter FIFA 18 pour les icônes et maintenant gars. Alors Titi Henry laisse tomber. Laisse tomber frère. C'est violent. Franchement 29 personnes en 10 minutes. Alors qu'on n'a rien pour l'instant. Juste avec un titre. Franchement. Vous avez ramené tous vos autres comptes ou vous avez ramené grave de gens.
Hey everyone, welcome back to GameSpot's E3 stage. I'm your host Mike Mahardy here with GameSpot's Miguel
Abdel,
Concepcion.
j'ai fait une vidéo
And
sur
we're
la
joined by
cover,
Ash from
donc
Square Enix's Final
tu
Fantasy
peux aller voir la
15
cover.
team. You're here to talk about Stormblood
I am, yes.
expansion, second expansion after Heaven's Ward.
Sinon
Yeah,
pour moi
so,
c'est
so
Revenant.
tell us, like, for people who
Pour
are
moi
just
c'est la
coming in
même
fresh,
chose que
what are
l'an
we
dernier,
expecting with
mais
this
j'ai
expansion?
Well, first of all,
on va l'acheter comme tout, comme de bons pigeons, hein. Comme chaque année.
Subscription-based MMO.
Comme chaque année on l'achète comme des pigeons.
Final Fantasy, the music, the themes, the characters, everything. It's incredible. It's got this main story quest that
Ah le
kinda
putaclic ça
rivals
marche.
all the other
Ah oui, hein.
mainline Final Fantasies
Le
as
3.
well.
Sure.
So
Le 3
Stormblood,
live
the
réaction
second
sera-t-il
expansion,
là?
is continuing that story. We're going to liberate Alamigo and check out the Far East. And
Toi
go
Final
into
Fantasy ça a jamais
Belmont.
été trop ma cam.
But it's coming out
Mais
June
jamais.
20th, and we're
Comme
really
des
excited.
pigeons.
Cool. Yeah, as you
Ça,
just
vraiment
mentioned,
jamais
like,
été trop ma
you said
cam,
a
mais
few story beats that I don't recognize because I have not traditionally I have not played much of the game, but Stormblood I was telling you right before we started, I'm really interested in Stormblood because
Je pense déjà qu'on va avoir une superstar qui va venir
Oh, yeah.
faire son petit teasing, parler de lui. Parler du futur. Mais j'attends pas plus. De toute façon, il y aura une rediffusion qui sera dans la playlist Chuké. Enfin, news Chuké. Mais en tout cas, ouais. Déjà, la première vidéo a bien marché. Merci à tous d'avoir maté. Plus de 1000 vues en une semaine, c'est ouf. C'est beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Et j'ai l'impression que je suis le seul FR à faire des news, donc c'est cool. Pour l'instant, j'ai tout le spotlight. J'ai le spotlight pour l'instant. Alors je veux dire, si Chukeda il va balancer un truc vite fait sur Insta, mais je pense pas. Déjà de 8 games qu'ils ont balancé un truc. Non, à part l'anniversaire de Bailey, il n'y a rien. Et Chuké Dave, que dalle.
First time they're going to be in the game, melee class for Samurai, obviously, and I think you're seeing some gameplay of it right now.
Après tout ce que j'ai dit dans la vidéo news numéro 1, hein, il faut le prendre un peu avec des pincettes. Hein. C'est sorti d'une comment dire, d'une news FR, d'un site d'une page que je connaissais pas, donc tout ce que j'ai dit n'est que rumeur. Hein. Il faut prendre avec des pincettes, il faut pas être sûr à 100%. Il est possible que j'ai dit des conneries parce que le site a dit des conneries. Je préfère me le dire maintenant. Hein. Et aussi l'abonné qui m'a dit que je mentais à propos des consoles. Ça a été mis sur des millions de sites US. Il ne sera pas sur PS3 et 360. Hein. Ça c'est sûr et certain. Je l'avais annoncé l'année dernière que ça serait la dernière année sur Joker 17. J'avais raison. Meta pour Sanity aussi une idée. Comme t'as dit, il y aura Goldberg, mais il dévoile rien. Oui, ça c'était la Gamescom l'année dernière, je crois, que Goldberg était venu. C'était juste pour promouvoir le jeu, mais c'était tout. Et il avait juste parlé de son retour, quoi. Enfin, de son futur retour, c'est tout. T'as vu le trailer de Dragon Ball? Oui, j'ai vu tous les trailers des jeux, donc t'en fais pas, j'ai assisté à toutes les conférences. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, ça a été la surprise. La surprise. Je m'attendais pas du tout à ça. Ils m'ont choqué les cons. Et sur le mode Authority, c'est une rumeur. Je prends pas en pincette. Je prends tout en pincette, je laisse au stade de rumeur tant que pour moi Chuké n'a pas confirmé que c'était le Chuké Showcase Autorité. Pour moi c'est une rumeur. Puis j'ai voulu gratter un peu à Chuké, ils ont refusé de me dévoiler un truc. Ça va notre carrière pour les women, ouais bof. Déjà que notre carrière tourne en rond, donc pour les women ça serait pire encore. Ouais non, le FF il a l'air bien. Il a l'air sympa. C'est pas ma cam mais il a l'air sympa. Enfin bref, bon, Days Gone hein, qui est un copier-coller de plein de jeux, mais bon, on nous tente beaucoup. Ouais.
veterans of the game something to come back and
Star.
really sink their teeth into and
Laisse tomber,
really like
frère.
the quality of life improvements that come. from
29
it.
personnes sur le
I
live.
hear the fans are also very excited about the overhaul with the inventory system.
Attends, on va chauffer des
Yeah.
guests.
I don't know if you
On va
can talk
chauffer
more
des
about
guests.
I mean, other than basically we're giving everybody a bit more inventory. Yeah.
Well,
It's never a bad
Access to
thing.
inventory. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just always something everybody
On va
really
chauffer un
clamoring
peu.
for as well. But I mean, with this game too, obviously I talked about the main story quest, but this is an MMO, right? So we have housing, customization options, you know,
GM, tu vois, c'est beaucoup
everything of
trop
that
pour
nature
choquer,
that comes with an MMO. Hundreds and hundreds of
on va dire.
side quests as well,
Moi, je
beyond
m'attends
the main
plus à
story
un
quest.
GM un peu en
All
mode
the
création,
new crafting recipes and spells, stuff
comme
like
dans
that
les,
in the game as well. So
comme dans
I
le,
imagine it must be tough for the development team to
à l'époque,
balance,
comme
you know,
dans
like
Touquet
MMOs can be
14, tout ça.
intimidating, people not, like,
On
into
avait un
them,
mode
but, I
scénario
mean,
un
of
peu.
course, Final Fantasy is
Non,
gonna
Touquet
attract
14, on
fans
l'avait
of that
encore. Ou
series
je crois qu'on
who
l'avait,
would
oui,
not
on l'avait
normally
encore.
play MMOs, right?
Mode
But,
scénario
I
plutôt,
imagine
créer un
on the
scénario plus
development side, it must
qu'un
be
mode GM.
difficult to balance the accessibility without, like, sacrificing
Moi, je
the
penserais
depth.
plus à ça.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak on behalf
Sure.
of the development team for that point, but what I would say personally, from as an anecdote to me, is I've been playing MMO since back in the days, Ultima Online, World of
Yeah.
Warcraft, all the time. What I found interesting about Final Fantasy 14
Ah,
is
Battlefront
that
2,
it really melds all of the great quality of life
moi j'étais hypé dès le début, de toute
improvements
façon.
and systems
Dès qu'ils ont
that
fait
we've
l'annonce de
seen throughout the
Battlefront 2,
years
j'étais
progressing
hypé.
with MMOs, with
J'ai
a
vu toutes les
Japanese
informations
RPG
dessus.
and a mainline story,
Mode
Final
histoire, tout ça,
Fantasy all in
j'ai
one.
ultra kiffé un
And to
mode
me,
hors
that
ligne.
kinda makes it a really unique
Pour l'instant,
because you
Battlefront
don't
2 me
really
hype
see
de
that
ouf.
in the marketplace much, so it's kinda
Sure.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, Miguel, you've gotten the chance to see a little bit
Ouais,
of
la
the
carotte.
game, you know, in past, like,
T'es guess qui va
demos and
faire un
whatnot,
tour
right?
plus
Like,
tard, la carotte.
from your perspective, what is it that sets, you know, Stormblood apart from other
Non, le trailer de
expansions or
Battlefront 2 est
14
énorme.
apart from
La
other
conf
MMOs
qu'ils ont
in
fait
general?
dessus
well,
est énorme.
the
Bon,
one
c'est un
thing
peu le point
that I've
noir.
really,
pour
very
moi.
much enjoyed in
Parce qu'en fait, la conf de EA était vraiment solide, était bien. Puis, ils ont balancé une demi-heure de gameplay de Battlefront 2. Et en fait, comme s'ils voulaient boucher un trou qu'ils avaient de base. Enfin, ils devaient présenter, je pense, un jeu.
Yeah, for the most part,
Puis ils l'ont
but then I
annulé.
started
Je sais pas
getting
pourquoi,
with
mais
the
voilà.
company and
C'est
started
ce
getting
qui m'a
other people
fait.
to play with me. But
Voilà.
if you are someone that really just enjoys a single player
Quand
Final
on va-
Fantasy mainline game,
Pas-
like I said, not only is the main story
J'essaie de
consistent, but
mettre
it
une
feels
balance
just like that epic journey.
Commence à
kind of
quelle heure
as you
Commence
go
à quelle heure
through
Il
your
commence
life.
dans 20 minutes
So
normalement.
that's always cool and that's there.
Call
but
of, je l'ai
as
vu,
you wanna
ouais.
participate in
Il est
things
sympa.
like dungeons and
Il a
raids,
l'air sympa.
and also for people
c'est pas
that
pour ça que je vais
are
l'acheter.
new to coming into the game, veterans
Encore un
have the
combat avec
ability
dans les
to
bars.
queue with their daily,
Pour
their-
toi, c'est
essentially, they have
lequel
daily
le plus
roulette, which
pourri
they
dans
can
tous les. Oh, dans tous
basically
les Chucky, le
randomly
plus
go into
pourri.
the dungeon, and that they'll level essentially down to that players level, so that you're constantly getting veteran players
Alors,
also interacting with new
ça peut
players.
être méchant.
So you and that's,
Mais je dirais
that's
Chucky
all
15.
there for you as an option for you to
Parce
queue,
qu'ils ont vraiment fait les
quality
putes.
of life with that as well, right, for
Chucky 15, ils ont vraiment fait les
But
grosses
if you didn't
salopes.
want to, you could just
Déjà parce qu'ils ont
mainline
enlevé
the
tous les
main
modes de
story quest if you
création.
wanted, but,
Ils nous ont limité à 15 spots de superstars.
Final Fantasy game, right?
Un mode carrière trop
But it's got
scripté.
all the
si on
incredible
veut.
things such as, you know, your Final Fantasy
Mode
art
univers
style,
vraiment
everything,
bof.
and there's obviously
Le
there's a
showcase
lot
c'était
of
sympa.
references
C'est ce
to
qu'il y a à
the
retenir, c'est le
franchise
showcase était sympa.
celebrations, so you
Les
got
DLC
that in
étaient
there, you
moyens.
got a lot of other,
Donc c'était le 15 pour moi qui est le
familiar things,
que j'aime
rivals
pas.
that are very
Enfin que
familiar to Final Fantasy.
avec le 16 et 17 et
Side
le 14,
note,
le
what is,
14 j'ai
what are
beaucoup aimé.
Chests doing?
Dans le 15 pour moi
This
non.
is actually
C'est le
a
15.
boss encounter in one of the new dungeons, and this is part of the dynamic of defeating this boss.
Okay,
I
interesting.
don't want- yeah, there's a lot of cool mechanics that you see.
Sure, yeah.
Ouais, la Fuse Range 2, ouais.
We're actually showcasing
Non mais les gars, j'ai vu
final
tous les
here,
gameplays, tous les jeux
and
qui ont été annoncés, donc oui, vous pouvez me poser des questions
sure.
dessus, j'ai tout vu.
Cool, but yeah.
Il y a pas de
Awesome.
souci.
And yeah, so I mean, Stormblood, you said it's early access very soon.
2 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah,
Actually,
dang.
so if you pre-order,
En
and actually,
FIFA, je suis team
you can
FIFA,
still
pas
pre-order
PES.
all the way to the
J'ai été
weekend and
longtemps
just
sur
join,
PES.
while early access is
Et ça
coming.
m'a vite
Okay.
saoulé en
Cool.
fait.
And then,
Enfin, c'est
you
que
know, Miguel, do you have any other?
je sais pas, j'ai arrêté PES. Enfin, PES 2006, je l'ai torché dans tous les sens. J'ai arrêté. Je suis allé sur FIFA et puis
Well,
j'ai pas lâché
there's
FIFA.
a Hall of Novice in the
Je sais
game
pas,
that
c'est
kinda
comme ça,
helps
c'est-
bridge your ability to learn about your
Et puis
job.
j'ai bien fait ce que les
There's,
PES ces
it's called
dernières années sont
Guild
bof.
Quest,
Hein.
which actually is a training
Ça vole pas haut.
group of quests essentially of how to work in a group. But everything else, like all of the new player experience.
Alors peut-être qu'il y aura pas de son hein, finalement sur ce live, puisque comme j'ai vu qu'ils aiment bien copyrighter les vidéos E3, c'est possible.
Monetization to actually up your
Ces dernières années sont
we
bof.
have
Hein.
a store called Mog Station where you can actually buy customizable options for your character. In that and mounts and other things, and we're actually launching.
Mama, oui, ce qui va se passer en fait, c'est un projet que j'ai envie de faire, que j'ai pas vraiment annoncé tout de suite. c'est qu'à FIFA, je n'ai pas abandonné en fait. C'est que sur YouTube, j'ai abandonné parce que FIFA 17 était un peu l'année blanche. Enfin, si on veut, de FIFA. En mode carrière, ça fait plus ses vues comme avant, puis YouTube nous ont un peu baisé partout. Ce que je risque de faire, c'est des carrières sur Twitch en fait, en live. Ça me pousse un peu plus, et comme je fais à peu près un live par semaine, je pense que ça peut faire un bon rythme. Mais je vois ça un peu comme projet
Sure.
futur. Voilà. Et Zlat, si je
Sure.
pense que Ratchuk 18,
Yeah, I don't know. Miguel, you have any other
ouais,
questions
je
on
pense
the
quand
play?
même que Ratchuk 18,
Yeah,
parce
not
qu'ils
to
vont
jump
pas,
back,
ils vont pas nous
like a
laisser
couple
une
topics,
heure
but as someone who
d'événement
really loves,
WWE s'il n'y a pas le jeu, quoi.
Final Fantasy
Ça serait un peu
if
con.
you could talk more about
Quand
the
tu sais que
potential
FF, ils ont
content,
qu'une
I mean, it's
demi-heure.
more than just a raid.
Alors s'ils ont pas des grosses annonces là, en une heure de temps, c'est chaud, ça serait chaud. Que dans 15 minutes là, 15 minutes, on va être fixé.
And is that available?
On va un peu scruter Twitter pour voir si...
Yeah, how often? I mean, like Square Enix. I mean, it's been like keeping up to date between expansions on patching and updating and
So
whatnot, right?
we have an incredible cadence, and like I said, we're constantly adding new content. So every 2 to 3 months, and that dates back for the last 3 years, you're getting 2 new dungeons.
Je
1 or
pense
2
pas
new
que,
dungeons, you're getting quality of life improvements in some of them, depending on what the
essayer de
patches
chercher un
are.
peu.
But you're definitely getting a stream of content all throughout the year, and like I said, that main story quest also continues throughout that entire patch content. And I
Ouais.
think, if I remember this correctly, the patch content
À l'époque
between
carrière royale, ouais, ah là là,
Realm
quelle
Reborn
belle
and
époque.
Heaven's Ward was almost as much
Récemment,
main
tu vois.
story content as
Ce
Seven's
qui est
Sword
pur à
itself,
l'Algérie,
but
le
the
pôle
sharing
Algérie, ils
content
sont là dans
is
tous les jeux
actually-
limite.
they're very meaty content.
Sure.
Through,
Cool.
Cool.
Well, anyway,
News,
yeah.
new attier.
June
Moi, je suis pas
20th.
le plus
Yes.
technique
Play
en fait. Hein.
Stormblood or early access 2 a.m. tonight.
Yeah,
Nouvel
wow,
attier,
yeah,
nouveau
I'm not gonna get
superstar,
very
on va
much
voir.
sleep
Nope.
tonight, so.
King
Yeah,
Roussev.
perfect timing to end E3, but Ash,
Je sais
thank
pas
you
d'où il
so
sort
much
ça.
for
Thank you so much for
stopping
having me.
Stop on our
Thank you very
stage.
much.
Miguel,
Attends,
thank you as
attends,
well.
on va
We are
analyser des
gonna
vidéos
throw it
ensemble,
back to the
limite.
downstairs stage. We have Xavier Woods and Samoa Joe are going to be
Oh.
playing games on our downstairs stage.
Xavier Woods is,
Ah, ça parle de
Final
Xavier
Fantasy
Woods, tiens donc.
15,
Yeah.
it's
He plays
awesome.
a ton of games, so he'll
Ah,
be
ça
down
va
there.
bien,
If you're
peut-être
a
passer à
WWE
nous.
fan, you can check that out. In about 15-ish, 20 minutes, we'll go down to there. But of course, in the
Ça
meantime,
parle de
you can
VE
keep
là,
up
tout
to
d'un coup.
date with all of our stage
Ça parle
demos,
de
all of our
VE.
developer interviews throughout E3, and we will see you around.
Savez-vous des Samoa Joe? Oh non, pas c'est pas ces deux bouffons. Tu vas acheter Far Cry. Perso, j'aime bien l'idée. Bah, le Far Cry, j'ai acheté quelques-uns sur PC. Je crois que Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, je les ai. C'est sympa, hein, mais j'accroche pas en fait. J'accroche pas trop à ce genre de... C'est sympa, hein, mais c'est tout. Alors qu'est-ce qu'il nous raconte le monsieur là? Superstar scanné, blablabla. Et mort. Est-ce qu'il est mort
For
ce soir?
WWE2K18 as we are at E3 today. So apparently
Bon,
there are
c'est
new
une source.
mocaps that are going to be released in videos, which is very
Sympa ça.
also 2 NXT superstars have been scanned, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce.
Tout. J'ai déjà fait un setup. J'en ai déjà fait un. Tu peux aller sur ma chaîne YouTube. Tu mets setup, je crois, dans la loupe. Et logiquement, j'ai déjà fait un setup. Si, j'ai fait un setup. Ça, c'était pour mes 5000 abonnés. J'ai fait 10 sur la cover, faut arrêter les gars. Faut arrêter. Bullet Call for Life, il s'est rien passé en fait, on attend. Là on était en train de débriefer un peu ce qui briefer un peu ce qui va se passer. Mais non, il s'est rien passé pour l'instant. Là dans 21 minutes, dans 11 minutes, ça commence. Avec Xavier Wood et Samoa Joe. Là ça commence très très mal si t'as ces deux là parce que il y avait un live tout à l'heure où Wood et Joe étaient en train de jouer à Crackdown 3. Donc si l'événement veut, c'est juste ça. Ça va vite me faire chier. Et puis ouais, vous avez où des... Ça peut être... Flipper ma mère, mon dieu. Oh, vous m'avez fait flipper. Il faut me prévenir quand vous abonnez, les gars. Voilà, en tout cas, Flogar58, bienvenue sur la chaîne. Est-ce que maintenant on a des petites notifications sur notre poteau YouTube. Et il y a même le super chat. Je sais pas ce que c'est. Putain, 38 personnes. On est 38. On est 38 sur le live. Attends, on est nombreux, hein. Attends, il est 23h20. On est 39. Quand je fais des lives à 14h, on n'est même pas 10. Et surtout que s'il y a des personnes qui sont au lycée, vous avez bac le lendemain, je crois, hein, non? Parce qu'il y a eu le bac philo qui s'est passé, le bac maths, je crois. L'épreuve de maths est passée. Je ne sais plus. Ah oui, voilà, le super chat, donc faites des dons. Donnez l'argent, s'il vous plaît. Ok, donc ok, on nous montre encore un petit truc à côté. Faites, si vous avez envie, si vous avez de l'argent à donner, faites des dons, allez-y. De toute façon, il y a mon Tipeee aussi, si vous voulez faire des tips. Voilà, faire des dons sur Tipeee, allez-y, je vous en prie, faites ce que vous voulez. Allez. Ah, t'étais dans mes recommandations. Ah ouais, dans tes recommandations carrément. C'est ouf. Je suis dans les recommandations des gens, c'est cool. C'est cool, c'est cool. Mais en fait, le son est vachement fort, je trouve.
And there's a little bit of inspiration
C'est vachement fort,
from,
mais
dare
ouais.
I say anime, but more like manga.
What kind of gameplay does this have?
So this is an RPG that uses dungeon crawling, sort of like what you'd imagine from like Diablo, but it has turn-based battles. So when you bump into enemies, you actually get into something that's closer to like Grandia's battle system. But it's not exactly that. And
Non, en vrai, j'ai passé le bac il y a 2 ans. En vrai, je stressais comme un porc parce que c'était le bac. Mais finalement, en vrai, franchement, ça va. Franchement, mais franchement, si tu écoutes un minimum en cours et que tu bosses un minimum, franchement c'est facile. Après ça dépend de la branche aussi, hein. Si t'es en branchette, bon c'est pas la même chose, hein. Mais franchement c'est facile. Là moi je suis en... Demain j'ai ma dernière épreuve écrite de mes examens. Après j'ai un dernier oral. Les orales c'est easy, c'est easy les orales. Quand tu as passé 6 euros pour ton bac, un oral de plus ou moins, tu t'en fous. C'est sympa. C'est là-bas. Ta gueule, Bouillac. Bah mon bac je l'ai eu dans ta mère. Pouf. Ah le son était trop fort. Et encore le son il est bas là. Encore il est bas le son. De toute façon je ferai la traduction si vous voulez. Putain, ça lag un peu. Je ferai la traduction au pire. Non mais laguez pas maintenant les rails. En fait j'étais déjà abonné à ta chaîne mais il y a un bug qui fait que je perdais tout. Ah ouais c'est le bug YouTube ça c'est... T'inquiète.
Why are the humans all different sizes? It's a weird game. A lot of it is not actually explained. Like, you know, the premise is kind of the same. You're trying to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser, but apart from that, the game is just filled with a lot of interesting new opportunities and possibilities that have never really been seen in a Mario game.
Quand t'as ton sim qui bug, je pense que c'est très mal.
So I had to kind of just treat it like a playground.
Well, one of those new things is this hat. Every Mario game introduces some kind of new
Fais voir,
mechanic.
on va couper un peu
This
ça.
one, the hat definitely seems like a really way out there, different kind of thing.
Yeah, like as you saw during the Nintendo Spotlight presentation, the moment for Mario Odyssey opens up with a shot of a
Attends, ça
dinosaur.
bug pas du tout, et maintenant quand c'est quand ça parle en VO, mon stream qui
The
bug.
dinosaur turns around and you realize he's wearing Mario's hat, and then he poofs into Mario.
Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse. Animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too. I make a black and blue for the black and white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm either
Seen up until now is that you can use it as a platform, but as we saw and as I got to try, you know, if you see a Goomba
41, putain.
or any other classic
Vous mettez
Mario
en PLS, les
enemy,
gars.
like what are the bullet bills? Is that his name? Throw a hat on him and you can possess that enemy.
Du
and use
Money
their
Bank.
abilities.
Et une selle.
You just throw the hat
que je
around
pense.
in anything and just become that? How does that work exactly?
You throw it on
Franchement,
him,
j'ai aucune attente pour le Money Bank féminin.
And does that feel like it changes the gameplay?
J'ai aucune attente en
Is that
fait.
part of the puzzle solving?
Yeah, I mean, so
Aucune
puzzles
attente.
are weird because you're basically
Mec.
put in. It's almost like a diorama. They were kind of describing it as like this Japanese art of creating like small contained spaces. So that's
Fais
their
des petits
idea of a
débats.
sandbox.
Et
So it's
dites-moi,
not
on a
like a
combien
huge
de
open
likes sur la vidéo parce que je vois pas là, le nombre de likes.
little places filled
Faut,
with
faut que je
puzzles
sache, parce
and
que là on
little
est
moon
beaucoup.
collectibles that are similar to stars in previous
Si vous
Mario
faites péter
games,
la barre de like, laisse tomber.
but
Mais
they're
je
treated
vais
like
faire que des
Korok
lives à
scenes.
cette
There
heure-là,
are
moi.
like far too many that I could count looking at the map. And so what you kind of do is
Et
you
mon
look at
stream
things
commence un
that
peu
catch
à
your
bugger.
interest, and then you
Et
try to figure out
combien
ways
de
by
likes?
utilizing your environment, which includes enemies, to get to those things,
10.
to collect
Putain,
those,
c'est beaucoup
those
déjà.
items. When you
Pour
collect
l'heure où je
enough of
stream,
those
c'est
moon
beaucoup.
items, you can then use your hot air balloon
GameSpot.
or
Sur GameSpot.
to go to a different world. So
On
that's
m'a
kind of
dit
how
ça.
progression works, and you know that's sort of the flow of puzzle solving as it was. And there's not really like levels to speak of either. And there's
Je
no
crois que c'est le dernier
lives.
jour de stream de GameSpot en
So
plus.
what happens when you die?
You lose some coins.
So they've compared it in some ways to Super Mario 64, but it sounds like that's not quite the right comparison.
I think what they're getting at with the Mario 64 comparison is that this is a game that is sort of leaving you to sort of tackle challenges in like orders that you want to. It's not this very like strict
Qui
linear
va gagner
path
le
with
Money
set
Bank
levels
masculin?
or even like a world map necessarily.
La logique sur la
But also
corbine.
it's a very hardcore game. I mean, some of the challenges I ran into it required a lot of skill to
Après, je sais pas du tout.
them. I think you could look at Super Mario 3D World or 3D Land and say it was maybe more about observation than actually performance and action, like, you know, at a split second. So it's definitely a more demanding Mario game, but it's the weirdest Mario game I've ever played in my life, I'll tell you that, which makes it just beyond compared to anything else.
Ah ouais, le nouveau Super
Well,
Mario,
I
c'est vrai.
can't wait to
Ça a
try
l'air sympa.
out more of it myself, and for some other people here on staff to
Un
play
petit
it and
lag, c'est
let
pas
all
possible.
of you guys know what we think. Thanks so much for watching, and for even more Nintendo and Mario coverage, stay tuned to GameSpot.com.
À ce qui paraît, pour la l'E3, juste pour le ticket d'entrée, tu dois déjà claquer 1000$. C'est chaud, hein. Juste pour le ticket d'entrée. Dire que tu mets 800 balles pour un vol aller, c'est cher le 3.
And in person, it looks a lot like a black Xbox One S. The ports on the back include power, HDMI out,
Sa
HDMI
calvitie.
in, two USB
Le mec il aime pas un
3.0
catcheur parce qu'il a du
IR
mal
out,
avec sa
gigabit
calvitie.
and gigabit Ethernet.
Enfin, il accroche
There are
pas.
also vents on both sides of the console. The Xbox One X features a physical power button on the front, along with another USB 3.0 port. Microsoft also provided an inside look at the system.
Non, non, c'est ce
showing
soir.
all the
T'en
layers
fais
of
pas,
the
c'est ce
console.
soir. Je suis sûr et
Looking
certain.
past the top of the case on the
Ah, on
chassis,
a des guesquets
here's
là.
a look at the Blu-ray
Aïe aïe aïe.
optical drive, which is capable of playing 4K HDR movies. Not even Sony's high-end PS4 Pro has a Blu-ray drive.
PS4 Pro. Ils ont parlé de la Xbox One X. Dans la PS4 Pro. Quand t'as le mec de PlayStation France qui dit on n'a pas peur de la Xbox One X, on est à égalité, ferme ta gueule frère. Tu sais bien que la Xbox One X est en train de te baiser, violemment. Elle va te baiser. Oui mais fais le calcul, rajoute 9h à 14h30. Rajoutez 9h à 14h30, vous verrez. Alors où ça commence. Il y a 9 heures de décalage entre Paris et Los Angeles. Et pas 7 heures comme je l'avais dit dans la vidéo news. En tout cas, prochain achat c'est la PS4 Pro parce que vous savez peut-être pas mais ma console est un aspirateur. C'est un aspirateur et j'en peux plus. Puis j'ai que 500 Go d'espace, donc c'est de la merde. C'est pourri. Toute première PS4 frère. C'est... Ah, 1 minute. Ça a commencé. Ça va putain de commencer. Oui, ça je sais, mec, je sais. Il y a que toi qui sais, tout le monde ne sait pas. Tout le monde ne le sait pas. Cin- 50 personnes, vous me mettez en PLS, les gars. Vous me mettez en PLS, hein. Ils ont un stand, je pense pas qu'ils ont de stand. Je suis pas sûr. Mais je crois, ouais. Bah, ça me paraît très logique que Chucky ait un stand. Bah, dégueu, t'avais qu'à venir au début du live, tu saurais, hein. Ah, Mako qui veut me présenter en mode comme ça. Moi, c'est Loulou. Je fais des vidéos sur les jeux de Chucky. Je suis partenaire Chucky. Je fais des lives. Je suis youtubeur catch. Voilà, présentation. Y'a pas besoin de plus. What's your link? Putain, vous voulez encore le lien? C'est trop lourd, les gars. Bon, le lien pour ceux qui veulent mater en direct avec moi. Voilà. Ah, la musique s'est arrêtée. La musique s'est arrêtée. Il va se passer un truc. Il va se passer un truc. Ou peut-être pas. Putain, 57. Qui aurait cru un jour que j'aurais autant de viewers? Remettez le son en fait. Remettez le son. Vous avez coupé le son, GameSpot. Vous avez coupé le son. Ils sont cons. C'est pas moi, hein, c'est GameSpot qui a coupé le son. T'es un 63. On va augmenter, on va arriver aux 100 viewers. Laisse tomber, vous me mettez en PLS, les gars. Vous me mettez en PLS. Une puissance. Ah, il y a le son, ça y est. Ah non, il n'y a pas de son. Ah si, c'est en décalage. Attends, je monte un peu de mon côté. On va essayer de faire le traducteur un peu.
Going head to head this July at Great Balls of Fire against Brock Lesnar, the one and only Samoa Joe.
Ok, Samoa Joe, oui.
Very good to be here. Very good to be here.
Thank you. Matt, who else do you have?
Sitting right next to me, he is a part of one of the longest reigning tag team champions of the world, member of the New Day, host of Up, Down, Down. And this Sunday you'll be facing
les légendaires s'en battent les couilles en fait.
yes, at Money in the Bank. Give it up for Xavier Woods, everybody.
Ça rame un peu là. Il rame un peu.
Also got second place in the Street Fighter tournament today.
Ouais, je sais pas. Il rame un peu le live en tout cas.
Well, welcome to E3, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We have a whole hour with you to talk about video games, wrestling, and anime, all the things you want to talk about, all the things you guys love. If you guys
Ils ont quand même un
didn't
public,
know,
hein.
they're also huge gamers, which I love.
Ouais,
I
ça
saw
me
you
fait chier que ça rame comme ça en
guys on
fait.
Up, Down, Down talking about video games and
C'est
rap
quoi?
music
On va retirer une page
and all the
internet.
things that you
On est comme ça
are
nous.
super into. And so let's talk about what kind of games you saw at E3 2017. What did you see?
So the main
75
thing we did
personnes.
yesterday was Call of Duty.
Si on atteint les 100 viewers, je me mets en PLS, je pense. Ah, laisse tomber les gens, le nombre de gens qu'il y a. Faut être un bon petit putaclic maintenant, j'ai compris.
No more running from me. No more running from me in team deathmatch. Now you gotta stay on the ground.
Attends, est-ce que si je mets pas en plein écran,
Very excited about it. Yeah,
ça parle un peu mieux?
It's really cool being able to use a shovel in trench warfare.
Mais what the fuck?
As soon as somebody comes around the corner, you just use a
Ça
shovel
monte du
to
Call
like
of Duty
slap them
alors que
in
c'est un
the
événement
face.
VE.
And not that it's like, and I want it to feel real, because that's terrifying for one.
Yeah.
But it feels real. Like it's awesome.
C'est
Yeah, you never knew
c'est
you wanted to
n'importe
hit
quoi
someone in the head with a
ce
shovel until you played this game.
Yeah.
80, ils vont le faire, c'est
I
quoi?
mean, I know I did.
Ils vont le
but
faire.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Did you play together on a team?
Ah, ça lag un peu moins quand on
Oh
est pas
no,
en
no,
plein
we
écran.
played against each other.
Oh, have to.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
It's a good friendly rivalry.
It is.
Of
It
course,
is.
but,
But-
who won? Who won?
No, his
Oh.
team won. He didn't win.
All right.
Attends, on va remettre en plein écran
I
peut-être.
won
Big
because
difference.
I got
Ça a l'air
6
bien,
kills with a
ça a l'air
shovel.
Yeah,
So
but
I just won
he
overall.
caught a lot
lot of buckshot for me in the
I did.
chest. So
Just blindly charging him head on with a shovel while he's got a shotgun. So it didn't work out too many times,
Oui,
but I got him once or twice.
Awesome. All right. I also heard that you've played some Dragon Ball
On va
Fighters.
tenter ça. Hein.
Yes.
Talk about
On déconnecte de la Wi-Fi avec le
I did. We
téléphone pour
both
voir un
did.
peu.
And,
Alright.
So good.
yeah.
Let's talk about
Je
this
retrouve
game. This
un
is my
Pas grand
surprise
chose.
of E3, my
T'inquiète pas,
favorite game of
Nexus, pas
E3,
grand
Yeah.
chose.
but only because I'm such a huge Dragon Ball fan. And I know you
Là,
are
t'as
too.
les
So,
Espagnols
who did you
très
play
anglais qui
as?
sont
What
là.
do you think of the game?
Sur mon live
So
FR
with the
quoi.
demo, you can
T'as remarqué FR hein,
play as
pourtant.
Goku, Vegeta, Gohan,
Putain, ça paraît le 3.
Majin Buu, Cell, and Frieza. So you got those 6
Oh, ils
characters.
vont me casser les couilles là.
Trunks in it?
I think.
Ah, vraiment là ça pue du cul. Hein. L'annonce on va l'avoir dans le cul. Hein.
No?
Nah.
Okay. He's
Yeah,
fact checking.
Nah, you couldn't, man.
But it's cool because it kind of feels like a mix between like MVC and Guilty Gear, but it's kind of like the Dragon Ball fighting game that we always
Ok,
wanted. You
donc
can
il parle des
pick
jeux préférés, je
whatever
pense.
character you want to
Joe
once the
c'est Call
actual
of.
game drops. And
Et
it looks
Wood
amazing.
c'est plus Dragon Ball.
It
Ça,
looks
ça me
just
paraît
like you're
normal.
watching the old.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
pretty much like a seamless episode of the animation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Which is,
Podcast
you know,
Tata Fancer.
kind of a thing that
Si,
you
c'est
see in
un
a
live
lot of games
français.
this year.
C'est pas lire.
But I think the big
Hein, c'est en
thing is
anglais.
the
Y
fighting
a pas de
system was really
soucis.
revamped.
Non mais je suis là
Feels
pour traduire
more
si vous
like
voulez
a,
les gars.
kind of like an actual tournament fighter.
Je
as
suis là pour
opposed to
traduire.
Something you kind of dash around and shoot missiles at.
Yeah.
And have these close encounters.
En gros
So, I
ils
mean,
parlent
it
de
was-
leur jeu préféré là
it
je
was
pense,
really,
du
really
salon.
slick, really polished. And surprised me because I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball Z game fan.
Ok,
But,
Dragon Ball l'a surpris.
this game I definitely
Il
dug.
pense que c'est le
Yeah.
plus grand Dragon Ball en jeu vidéo.
I think I had Vegeta, Majin Buu, and Cell. I think that was I think that was my squad.
Yeah. Oh, and after you select your character,
96.
you can change the colors too, which I don't
Je suis dans la merde.
know. I'm like a geek for customization stuff like that. So like you can make Cell
96
like,
personnes.
all white with the dots, like.
Yep.
Vous avez pété un câble
So-
les gars. C'est ramené toute votre famille.
sick. But like to his
C'est
point
pas
of like the old
possible.
school Dragon Ball games,
96 personnes.
like the ones that
Ah, on
Super
est retombé à
Nintendo and all that
88.
stuff. Like you're dashing around and like it's cool and it's fun, but as far as
Il y a 8
playing
personnes
it
qui sont
in, like,
parties. D'un
an
coup.
esports setting, like it didn't have that kind of feel to it, to us at least. But this one, like,
Oh my god,
I
3000
feel like
personnes.
we're gonna see this at Evo,
6000
like
viewers.
the year that it
I
drops.
absolutely think it has Evo potential.
Yeah.
So, which characters from Dragon
Ah mais oui frère, je fais que des
Ball
lives le
would
soir
you like
maintenant.
to see in the game?
Ça marche grave mieux.
Or
Definitely
into it?
Krillin.
Yes.
He's my
Avec un
favorite
titre
Dragon
bien
Ball character.
putaclic.
Because people don't think about this. Like, nothing happens if Krillin doesn't die.
Yep.
If
100
Krillin doesn't make
personnes
that
scream.
sacrifice, nobody turns Super Saiyan and the Earth is
Mais
destroyed.
arrêtez de parler,
So he's to
putain,
me is the most
on est là pour
important
du
character
Chucky
in the
nous.
show.
Yes.
Ah ça
Clap for
pue, hein.
Krillin. Everyone clap for Krillin.
Ça pue.
I
Ça,
mean,
ça pue, là, on
like
n'aura
some
pas
Piccolo,
l'annonce.
just 'cause-
Okay.
Ah je sais, on n'aura pas l'annonce.
Just because he's
Regarde,
constantly
regarde le monde
disinterested
qu'il y a.
after something
Le
happens.
monde qui est venu voir, vous avez vu de Samuel Joe.
Like to see him like win.
Enfin le monde. Il y a 50 personnes quoi. Il y a du monde.
So is Krillin also your favorite Dragon Ball character in general?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
of those same reasons? And who's your favorite Dragon Ball character?
I mean, although we did have a big argument whether it was Vegeta or the
C'est
Cell
quoi la
saga,
prochaine
which
fois on
was a
fera
little
un
bit,
live,
but,
live horreur
I think
à cette heure-là.
Vegeta as a character.
Ça va passer,
Okay.
je
Yeah,
pense.
I kind of dig him. I can relate to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you.
So,
Je mets
have
quoi
you
un
watched
petit
Dragon Ball
putaclic encore?
Super? Have either of you seen it?
Hier,
So I'm so
le
far
3 live
behind
réaction sera-t-il là?
And anime, I'm like on
Savez-vous de se
episode
mettre à poil?
5.
But I know
Vous
you're a big
avez une
anime
minute.
fan.
Yes, but
Voilà,
finally I'm
putaclic
being able
de
to get
ouf.
into it because
Les
we have a guy
avez
on
nudes.
the NXT roster,
Voilà.
Brennan Williams,
Donc ça touche
great
tout le
Black
monde.
Otaku. Check him out. And he's like,
Ou même
our
Xavier
anime
Wood,
expert. He's
fuck
like, dude,
Samuel Joe.
so there's like it's like the 76th episode of Super. Oh my god! I was like, no. I'm on like episode 4. He's like, how you had so much time?
Ah oui, c'est vrai que Xavier Wood sur sa
It's like,
chaîne,
and I
il
also
a posté
haven't
des vidéos
like
de
really watched
quand il
the
joue avec Dragon Ball
season 2 of
Z,
Attack on Titan yet.
enfin Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
You know what? It's okay.
Donc je pense là
Hey,
il fait un peu une recap quoi.
It's just okay.
There's so much to
I'm
watch.
sorry, this is my
So much to
opinion.
watch.
Yeah, there's
But
a lot
I
to
love
watch.
I
There's a
love
lot to
Beerus
watch.
stuff.
Je
Yes.
prends des
So,
guest
like,
explications, ça tourne mal.
He's my jam, especially so in the movie when you see him and he slaps Bulma, and then Vegeta turns up. It's like,
Yep.
oh,
Yep.
you just messed
Yep.
up. So I'm excited to see what happens throughout the story.
Yep.
So I'm way behind, so a bunch of stuff just got spoiled for me. But, I guess I'll catch up eventually.
I'm so sorry.
Ah, les gars, niveau
I'm
plus
so
tactique, vous
sorry.
êtes
Let's
pas
go
mal
back to
aussi.
video
Hein.
games. All right. What else did you see at E3?
We just took a look at Destiny 2.
Nice. I know you're a big Destiny fan.
Yeah, I mean, I dig Destiny. Played through it. Got raid partners and stuff like that, and it looked great. I think a lot more variety and
On rappelle que Ro n'est pas à Los Angeles l'an prochain, donc t'es un peu loin, frère.
Looks pretty ambitious. Looks pretty cool.
Puis il a des live events à faire normalement.
We played single player on PC. It was gorgeous.
Like the environments are just like.
And just kind of
playing
like the opening kind of scenario.
Angle est dans le jeu.
It felt really big. It felt like,
non.
like a AAA title, something that you expect to see. So I mean, they did a real good job with it.
Vraiment que tu essayes des titres un peu plus tactiques. Bah ouais, on va tenter. Hein. Ça marche bien. J'ai tenté sur le dernier row, genre elle est là pour botter des culs, tu sais, c'est putaclic, tu dis. C'est qui? Elle est là. Tu dis putain. Il parle de qui ce con? Tu sais, ça aurait pu faire venir Jean, mais non. Les gens sont pas venus. Et vous avez raté quelque chose. Voilà. Ils sont gentils. Ils sont mignons. Ils nous parlent des jeux de conférence qu'on a tous vus en fait. Bientôt vous nous parlez des Days Gone, tu vas voir. Bah les couilles. Oh, je force avec Days Gone, je sais, je force. Mais c'est un jeu que je vais acheter en 2018, pas les couilles. Si je vais être en n'importe où, en Italie, au Canada, en France, pas les couilles, je le prends. Ouais, vas-y, je vais mettre ça. Genre, les hardis sont dans le jeu. Point d'interrogation.
Us, we're just focused on, is the game fun?
Yeah.
Like, does it feel like a fun game? And after we walked out,
je sais pas si vous allez voir, mais ça c'est mon choix. Vraiment mon choix. Parce qu'on se fait chier. Voilà. J'espère qu'on l'aura bien vu.
4K, 60 frames a second.
Those 4K and runs at 30. Like I just upgraded all my house with all the 4K stuff, so it's like
Ou alors je suis un petit putaclic, il poste un sextape de son chat, ça tourne mal.
30 locked up for all the consoles.
Voilà.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Parce qu'on va bien le revoir dans du live.
Who are you planning on playing Destiny 2 with? Do you have a designated?
I have a few friends that I play Destiny with, and it's usually that group, and occasionally like for raids we gotta kind of outsource.
Je rappelle quand même que Joe devait faire des dédicaces à Lille. Il a annulé ce gros connard.
I mean, Big Show by far is the biggest Destiny fan in WWE, without a doubt.
Bonjour, moi c'est Hollywood et j'aime c'est up, down, down. C'est très compliqué à dire pour les noms anglophones. Et je vous encule. Il fait sa pub en mode j'aime beaucoup Destiny 2 parce que je veux faire sur ma chaîne YouTube. Venez, c'est cool.
You LARP for a living, this is what you do. That's who you are. But once you hear Big Show talking about Destiny, it's like the most passionate conversation that you will ever hear anyone have.
Love that.
And as soon as he finds out that you like Destiny or that you played it, oh man, my light level is this. I got this. We're running raids here. Like my light is this, and it's like whoa, like. I play it, but like it's like a religion to him.
Yeah.
And he loves it, and it's very cool to see someone from our world who's got that sort of love and passion for game. And
ils sont en train de casser les couilles là par
was
contre.
able to work on them with the panel and everything. So it's nice to be able to kind of bridge the worlds together.
And he also has like no respect for you if you play a Titan. Like none of like he asked me, he's like, "Oh, you play?" And then once again he overwhelmed me with information. I was like, I play, but you play, bro. Like, you're about this. He's like, "Oh, so what do you?" I was like, "Oh, I got a Titan." Like, what? Oh, you guys are scum of the earth. All right. And yeah, I don't think he's still got. I mean, he would be in my play group, but I don't think he's really gotten over it. Hurts.
Xavier, you also. I'm noticing this fine medal around your neck.
Yes.
So you obviously played some Street Fighter this weekend.
Yes, I did.
This week. Tell us where you got that medal.
That was this morning. There's a Street Fighter tournament. Blazed through it, got to the finals, and then was handled.
On va un peu scruter Twitter, tu sais quoi.
Nothing I could do. But luckily the second place medal is still gold, so I still feel like a winner.
Yes, you are still
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good job. Good job.
C'est quoi ton PSN Loulou-du-635.
Birdie.
But then if we're talking Tekken, king.
Oh, okay. Let's
So
talk about Tekken.
You guys can see me right there.
Yeah.
If you want this work.
Yeah, we do have a Tekken 7 station here, so you can play after this. So I know you are also super into Tekken.
Yes, I am.
Je pense que ça va être ça, c'est que là ils nous mettent une carotte, les gens attendent de ouf.
All arms.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
Ça va
just
faire
that
des
extra
vues, mais
level
bon,
of embarrassment.
finalement,
Like, you know, I'm not even kicking,
bat les
man.
couilles.
Like, you know, it's really about the trash talk afterwards.
Who's better?
Oh, me.
No.
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 So we have to find out later.
Oh, well, we will.
Yeah,
Attends, ça s'enjaille, hein.
No, yeah, it's already in the works.
The skill runs deep.
All right. Okay.
Get tombstone, you can get giant swung. I got power bombs for days.
I got you, Cheddar Bob. Don't worry about it. Don't
Wow.
press these hands.
Oh, true. How much longer we got till we can go?
A while. Sorry, you gotta sign for everyone here and take photos.
Okay,
first.
we can do
Yeah.
that.
But anyway, so
Un coquin
we've
avec
already
les
talked
qu'il
about
a
some
fait.
games at E3.
Pas
So
mal.
Matt, you wanna talk about
95.
some wrestling?
Let's chat about some wrestling. Would you guys like to see some wrestling chat?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Regarde le
Now
public, ils sont là en mode
you made the jump from Raw to SmackDown. New Day is finally there.
Ouais,
I'm
ça
very
apparaît
excited. I'm
son
sure a lot
parcours
of
à
people out there
SmackDown,
are as well. For you, who are the people that you wanted to work with the most on SmackDown within the tag team division?
Voilà, vous êtes à SmackDown, qu'est-ce que vous en pensez maintenant, bande de putes?
Yep.
On est là.
So
Minute
I've
30,
been
on va
really
signer.
close with Tyler Breeze, like for
Dans la
years,
merde, les
also
gars.
developmental, we've just been like this.
Like
So
this, so
being able to see him grow in this capacity with Fandango and see their like whole sexy cop
Ah
thing.
bah tu rappelles un peu
take
le dernier
off,
SmackDown, c'est cool.
It's hilarious, and that's kind of our wheelhouse, is being like the fun, entertaining comedy thing. So the fact that like we can play off of them and we have like that sort of like relationship bond with each other, like in real life, it makes it so much easier to do in front of a camera.
Ouais, Mako, non, c'est pas demain, j'en suis sûr et certain. Il y aurait déjà une annonce. Il y aurait une annonce quelque part disant oui, tout le 18, on est 100. Putain, demain on est 100, les gars. Tout le 18, c'est demain, blablabla. On est 100.
Like those guys are hysterical, but if something happens,
Le
like
nombre à 3 chiffres.
they will get hood.
Putain de merde.
And it's nice to see that finally come out on screen, and people are kind of getting the taste of it. But honestly, like, all the teams with the Colognes, we got
Non, mais on
American
tombe à
Alpha,
96 ans, ça compte pas.
Ascension, like our goal as the New Day, I guess essentially, is not just to build ourselves up, because we are obsessed and love tag team wrestling.
Moi j'ai pas promis de danse, hein. C'est un abonné qui a proposé ça. Moi j'ai dit à son abonné, vous le mettez en PLS, il a voulu faire une danse.
On Raw,
Pas ma faute.
you kind of saw once we at the time, and then I think it was Claudio, or sorry, Cesaro and
Qui aurait
TJ
cru que
were
un
tag
live à
team,
cette
and
heure-là,
all the teams kinda came
alors qu'il y a des
together
gens le
and
lendemain,
built
ils
it
ont
up.
des profs
And
du
it went
bac à
from, like,
8h
a
du matin,
pre-show to Mania to, like, having a spot
préféreraient regarder le live de
the
Loulou,
show at Mania. Like,
qui regarde
that's
deux
what it's all
cons
about.
parler
We're
de
excited to
tout
be able to
sauf
be at
du
SmackDown
jeu
and
qu'on attend.
hopefully band together with all the other
Si
teams
ça
to do
c'est
that
pas
again.
beau.
We be appearing on more Fashion Files.
Oh, yes. 100%.
All of them.
100%. Fashion
Regarde
Files to
Xavier
me
dit
is
Samoa
the
Joe
best thing
parler de
on
leur vie,
WWE right now.
alors qu'on a un jeu de Chucky
It's hysterical.
qu'on attend.
Joe, you were the #1 contender for the Universal Championship. Congratulations on that. So going into Extreme Rules, you're in this this
J'ai
group
pas
with
regardé de
you're
Raw
all
de
the
semaine
top
cette
guys at
semaine,
Raw. How did it
Augustin,
feel
donc
going into that
mais j'ai vu le
match?
résultat.
You know,
Et
to be
c'est
honest
bof,
with you,
c'est moyen.
It's one of those times where,
Pour le dernier
you have
SmackDown
such a
avant
gathering
Money in
of
the Bank,
talent. I mean,
je suis un peu déçu.
everybody involved in that match is probably you would consider one of the greatest performers in the world. And going into it, I was pretty confident, felt good about the whole thing, and I think that night we produced something special, and you know the outcome tipped in my favor, and I was very happy that it did. So it was an opportunity that I very much look forward to going into it.
So going to Great Balls of Fire, you know, how are you feeling about that match?
I can't wait.
I
can't wait. I can't wait for Great Balls of Fire.
Même les journalistes se foutent de sa gueule quand il parle du pay-per-view, frère.
Brock Lesnar's a guy that I've lobbied for before I ever
Le
stepped
mec qui
foot
dit Great
into
Ball
the
of Fire, les gens ils...
you know, I've
Les
made
gens
a
ils
career
commencent
and
à se
I've
marrer, tu
made
sais.
a
Tellement ils y croient
reputation
pas.
of taking on the toughest competitors in the world from any and every company. Brock Lesnar was on that short list of people.
Ah le mec il fait ça, il fait la pub comme ça. Non, on n'avait pas sur Fan France, c'est de la merde. Moi je vous le dis, c'est pourri. C'est pourri Fan France. N'allez pas. N'allez pas. Si vous voulez parler de catch beauf, allez-y. Si vous parlez de vrai catch, restez sur cette chaîne. On dit ça, je dis rien.
Say this is a dream match for you then.
What's that?
J'ai rien contre Fan France, mais j'aime pas son équipe.
It's a dream match and a dream scenario because
Désolé pour vous.
if I'm going to become champion, I want to take it from the very best in the world, and that man's Brock Lesnar, and I will take it from him.
Any more coquina clutches for Paul Heyman?
C'est pas moi, mais c'est pas contre vous, mais dislike une vérité.
I have a lot of respect for Paul.
Si tu veux dislike, si t'as envie de dislike, dislike.
And I've stated this
J'en ai
before.
rien à foutre des dislikes, si tu
Brock's
savais.
not a man who sends messages through words. As great as an orator as Brock Lesnar, as Paul Heyman is, Brock Lesnar, he's very action-based man. When he decided not to show up that week, he was sending me a message that he didn't sweat me. And then he sends Paul Heyman forward. He says, Paul, go tell him about his impending doom. And it's mind games, it's strategy. Paul, he's a master of it. And I understand this. So when somebody sends a messenger like that, you send the messenger back with a message.
C'est ouf quand même. Regarde ma chaîne et ose me dire qu'il y a que du E3
If Paul Heyman decides that he wants to,
franchement.
If Paul Heyman decides that, he
Oh,
would
y a que des cons,
like
hein,
to
sur
send me
YouTube
another
qui
message, I'll be
critiquent.
more than happy to
Ceux
stick
qui
a note in his
critiquent, c'est que
pocket
les
and send him
cons.
back to Brock.
Un peu trop casual.
Is there any routine or rituals that
C'est la
you
meilleure,
have
ça.
to kind of,
Se
coming
faire
out of the
traiter
curtain
de
and going
casu
onto the
alors que
stage to kind of get into that
Fan
Samoa
France
Joe
sont bloqués dans la
mindset?
VE. C'est beau.
They know.
Mais
Yeah,
bon,
I'm very
genre,
unapproachable.
je vais t'oublier toi, je vais t'oublier parce que
Come
ça
to the
sert à
curtain.
rien
I kind
donner
of
de l'importance.
I go
Ça
through
sert
a
juste
kind
à
of a
rien.
series of just kind of
Tu
martial
viens
arts
parler
I've
avec un
done
mec
for
qui adore le
years.
catch indie, mais qu'est-ce que t'as?
And then it's
Va
I call it
mater
waking
ton
up the
gros
limbs.
smoke,
So
t'oses pas lui donner, laisse-le tranquille.
very, very aggressive, mean slaps to the legs, arms, thighs, face, chin. And most guys are sitting there back there going, what the hell's wrong with this cat?
Yep.
And I've even had Vince go, Jesus, and then, I walk through the curtain, it's game time.
Yeah,
Xavier's nodding over there. Tell us what you've
it's
seen.
interesting because for me and my guys, our warm-up is very different from Joe's warm-up.
Please do tell.
We're like dancing and hopping around, and we see Joe across the hallway beating himself like mercilessly. I guess it's like as if he can beat himself like this and somebody else does, it's not gonna hurt as bad. But yeah,
mais il est quand même venu
if you've ever
sur un
like
live
woken
RL
somebody
de
up
l'E3.
too early and they're
Je dis
just
ça,
real
je dis
mad at
rien.
you, they don't want to talk to you, like that's how Joe is right before he goes out. You kind of give him a wide breath as he's coming down the hallway because he's in the zone.
Yeah.
The New Day's been a part of some of my favorite segments in WWE in years. In years. For
Non,
you
non, pas
guys,
toi, le Mako. Non, non, je te vise
actually
pas.
for you, what has been one of your favorite segments or most memorable moment?
I would probably say, okay, so there's two, and I don't know how to like say one's better than the other, but one would be when we got to go back and forth on the mic with The Rock, because The Rock has his style, that is that Attitude Era style, and we have our like.
Ah ok, j'ai fait tous les commentaires de V2, c'est ça? Le cut c'est pour les enfants en gros.
Being in their own kind of wheelhouses.
C'est comme tu le sens, ça c'est une question que posent tous les non-fans de catch. Quand t'es fan de catch, tu ne te poses pas la question si c'est pour les enfants ou pas. C'est comme le foot. T'aimes regarder du foot, c'est pareil. C'est un divertissement que t'aimes bien. Bah c'est pareil pour les fans de catch. Tout simplement. Bien dit Bullet Club for Life, allez voir un vrai match.
We had with the Wyatts at Battleground where Bray was trying to take my mind from me because that was something that I don't know, we like stories within stories, and so to be able to tell that story to the point where everyone understood it without words necessarily was just a very big moment for me. So I don't know if it's something that resonates with everybody like in the crowd, but like for me it was a big personal win.
Well, it's very different than the New Day's, normal routine. You guys went very serious and very dark in that.
Yeah.
Et on va passer encore plus de 30 minutes comme ça.
Dragon Ball inspired outfits, some Final Fantasy inspired outfits. Any chance we're gonna get more?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's like being able to mix cosplay and wrestling is the best thing ever because it's two things that I love. There's an event called Dragon Con that happens in Atlanta like every Labor Day weekend, and I'm 10 years deep there, and we've been cosplaying the entire time. So the fact that
J'aimerais bien mater mon
this
News
is what we do like on the weekends with our
souci,
friends,
c'est que j'ai un oral le
but
lendemain
now like we're
matin.
getting paid to do it on television.
Donc je peux pas.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then also too, I feel like there is there's something that people have missed out on in I guess TV culture, I guess, in not having people in that market to say like, hey, this is a complete culture with people that are alive and awesome and they do great things. And I feel like being able to cosplay brings more eyes to it. They go, oh, what is this all about? And then they see conventions like E3. They see stuff like MomoCon. They see people at San Diego Comic Con. And they're much more accepting of it because they understand.
Si je travaille chez
like,
Touquet,
there's a
attends, j'ai une
force
question.
and
Si
there's
je travaille
tons
chez
of people
Touquet, ben,
behind it.
déjà j'aurai un immense honneur.
What kind
Travailler
of
chez
cosplay
Touquet.
would you like to do? Do you have any
Et je
ideas?
ferai une com de malade. Laisse tomber. Toute l'année, il y a une com.
I don't know, like
Bah les couilles.
top of the line stuff. Probably if I could get some sort of like sweet Static Shock cosplay in.
Woo!
But like
Pretty
coming
sweet.
down like Shawn Michaels did at WrestleMania, like on the zip line, but we have it like electricity, so it looks like I'm flying through the air like the trash can lid. That's probably top of the
I like all of this. Make this happen.
I have to admit, I'd love to see you slide down
Salut,
electrified
salut les gens qui viennent de rejoindre.
I've got a
Let me answer
cosplay
that.
suggestion. Could the New Day do Final Fight just so I can see Big E as Mike Hagar?
We're trying to get him to do Final Fantasy
Qui
VII.
les
Someone
gars
seems
DLC,
Barrett.
rêve un peu frère.
Yes, yes. How did those Final Fantasy and Dragon Ball cosplays come about?
Allez, même si
So
c'est
the Dragon Ball
2
cosplays,
minutes.
we were just thinking like
Même
this
2
is
minutes,
WrestleMania.
Touquet
It's
17,
huge. We
Touquet
got to do
18.
something crazy.
Même juste 2
and
minutes.
you don't know
Ça me
what's gonna
suffit.
happen the next day. Like something could happen and you're not wrestling anymore. So we try to live every segment like it's like the last thing we're gonna do. So WrestleMania, we're like, you know what? Let's dress up as something that's not necessarily wrestling-esque. And long story short, I was told one time that I wasn't allowed to wear that Vegeta over 9000 shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, oh, you know, you can't wear that. We don't have that cartoon like in our repertoire. It's not on the network. It's not something that we can use. And so that year at WrestleMania, I see Ronda Rousey get into the ring, and what does she have on? That over 9000 Vegeta shirt. So I live and thrive off of this thing called spite. And people telling me that I can't do things, you know.
That's the truth.
It tastes delicious. And so at that moment, I said, I'm not going to wear a Dragon Ball shirt. I'm just going to be a Dragon Ball character. And so that day, I was like, we're turning my hair into Vegeta. We got Saiyan armor. Let's do this. And so it was like the best feeling in the world. But the funniest part of that story to me is the fact that once we came in the back,
C'est un
we did all the
contrat de
stuff.
partage
We were
de
in the ring with
superstar.
Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick Foley, and it's this amazing like
C'est qu'ils
amalgamation
ont
of
l'autorisation
characters from
de
back in the day and now.
de faire apparaître des superstars de
And
la
as soon as we
Progress à la
get to the
VE,
curtain, it's not
mais
like me coaching
il reste dans
here
le
saying
roster de
this,
la
like,
Progress.
special moment, like, oh, that was awesome, guys.
C'est un petit deal
Congratulations,
si on
I'm
veut.
glad we did this. Kofi comes to me, he goes, why did you have a tail and I didn't? This is the first thing he said to me, and it's like, all right, cool. That's how I know I'm messing with the right guys.
Yep, yep. Let's go back to Up, Up, Down, Down. Let's talk about that
Ce que je
channel.
voulais
So
dire
how did
en
it come
disant
to
que
be?
tu travailles chez
So
Touquet,
I wanted to have
c'est
a
que
channel
je voulais
kind of like what
savoir
they do on like
que
the Food
tu
Network where they're traveling in
aurais
different countries
apporté...
and stuff and trying the food.
Ah, qu'est-ce que
But
j'aurais
as we
apporté au
travel
jeu?
around the country, I always find
Ben,
different
j'aurais rajouté
arcade
le mode
bars.
créer un
And I
scénario,
always end up
mode
talking to the
JM,
owners, acting in their stories
un
because
bon
I
Touquet
eventually want to
Showcase
have an
vraiment,
arcade bar of my own
un
in
carrière
Atlanta.
poussé,
So I
des
figured, why
matchs
don't we just take a
rajoutés.
camera, talk to these people, and then everyone will know, oh,
Ce
when you're
que
in
j'aurais
Portland, go to
enlevé,
Ground
alors c'est-
Control.
je peux rien
When
enlever,
you're in Atlanta, go to
je peux
Battle
que
and
rajouter.
Crew. When you're in Brooklyn, go to Barcade. And they weren't too keen on the idea at the time because we didn't dive into the realm
En
of
tout
video
cas, moi je
games at
mettrai
that
pas de
point.
DLC.
And so someone in the office
Je mettrai
side wanted to make a
que tout
YouTube channel. So
directement
we
dans
kind
le
of
jeu.
melded the ideas together.
Pas qu'on
and
achète
said,
des
let's
DLC à
just try to
côté.
make a gaming channel. And I guess what? So 2 years ago, we came to E3. We said, hey, we're finally getting things underway, and told everybody what kind of videos we were going to make, and filmed a few, and we're like, oh, I hope this works.
Oui, non, mais
And
je sais pas tous,
luckily,
mais ça c'est dans le
Vince
contrat pour la
McMahon
VE,
and
c'est pas dans le contrat
Hunter
pour
were
le
really
jeu.
behind it, and they said, you know
Voilà,
what,
c'est tout.
green light, doors open, do your thing. If it works, cool. If not, cool. But luckily, people enjoy it, and
Faut
it's
qu'ils
been
aient signé un
working.
contrat
You guys
aussi
like
avant,
it?
c'est normal.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks. But I think the cool aspect of it is that it is a mix of being able to play games, but then getting actual personalities from the guys.
Yep.
So, like you said, the
Il y a tous
episode
les
with
Espagnols
Joe
qui sont arrivés, c'est
talked
ouf.
about
Hein.
games, talked about hip hop, and you get a little bit more insight in the people you're watching on television, on the shows.
Yeah, that's awesome. So are we going to see any Injustice 2?
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right.
We did a little bit of a live stream, and sometimes, so before I start live streaming or filming, I'll get online and play for a little bit, and I test the waters. So if I lose too many times in a row, I just don't film that day. But I can't look too
Ah,
bad.
j'étais hypé avant.
Joe, when you mentioned Injustice 2, Joe nodded like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's on.
All right, so you're in on this.
En fait, c'est un retalk show, quoi.
Wanted an injustice too?
On parle de ce qui se passe à la VO, c'est tout.
My power girl will put you in the ground.
Oh, you don't, man.
Who you
My
gonna
green
use?
arrow's nasty. So.
Who else would you get involved in a tournament?
Let's see. So we're still playing UFC 2 a lot.
Yeah.
That was like a sleeper for me.
Salut, ça
I
parle
played the first
UFC.
ones and like when they had on like
Merde.
Dreamcast. It's like okay, this is fun.
Tu parles du
Then
concurrent,
once this
frère,
one
t'as
came
pas
around
le
and a
droit.
bunch of guys in the locker room started playing it, like that became like a staple. And it is one of the most fun multiplayer games that I've ever played in my life at this point. So guys that we get to play, like most of the cruiserweights play video games. So we get like Rich Swann in there a lot. The Usos love to game. Breeze loves to game. Obviously Kofi and E. Then we get like Bailey likes to get in. Sasha likes to get in. So it's like a wide array of people because it's one of those things you're just hanging out. Just like you were when you were kids, like you're in somebody's basement, just playing whatever. Like, oh, I might not be good at this, but I'm having a good time with my boys, you know.
Nice. What would you like to play on Up, Up, Down, Down?
Ooh.
You have suggestions?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like digging up stuff that we don't. So there was a game that like was really big too. It was K1 Kickboxing for PlayStation. Very, very underrated title. We played a ton in Japan. It became a big money game, especially amongst the American and the Japanese wrestlers. And they haven't done a game since. But if we could dig up a copy somewhere somehow, I'd definitely like to play that.
Find one.
Nice. What's next for Up, Up, Down, Down?
What's next? To just try to keep growing. So my biggest thing is doing collaborations with
À la base, je trouve que
generally
c'est sympa.
people that are
Maintenant,
on
je les trouve
YouTube,
chiants.
internet personalities, to try to figure out what they do and what they think works for them and their audience, and just building more bridges between wrestling and things that wrestling may not necessarily attach to. So maybe doing
Like
something.
this
Même la tête de Mario
on stage
derrière,
right
est,
now.
So like
elle était en
5 years ago,
détresse.
we would have never thought that we'd be sitting
Quand
here
elle est en
talking
détresse,
about video
tête de
games
Mario.
for an hour.
Yeah.
But now, like, everybody understands there is this Venn diagram of wrestling fans and gaming fans, and there's that sect in the middle,
comme
and I
perte,
feel
c'est une
like
demi-heure,
it's
c'était
just
sympa.
growing daily until they're just
Là,
going
c'est
to
trop long.
be on the same plane. Because, I mean, the way that we explain it a lot when I'm talking to a bunch of my friends is this is stuff that I got made fun of for when I was growing up, and even watching wrestling. So, like, past 13 years old, like, oh, what, you still watch wrestling? You didn't grow out of that yet? And it's like, no, because it's amazing. They're telling these stories of good versus evil through physicality. Like, we liken ourselves to artists because we wrestle on a canvas. We just use our fists and feet as paintbrushes, but we're creating an art.
Yeah.
And I think video games are the same exact thing. It's visual, it's audio, there's stories, and so I feel like it's the same exact crowd, both who got made fun of, both who just want to get left alone and do their own thing, and so we meld those together and just become even stronger.
All right, let's talk about the gaming community. So I saw you at Kinda Funny Live 3, and I saw you win at Street Fighter. So who else would you like to take in the gaming community at Street Fighter?
Yeah, play Cisco. Street Fighter.
Yeah, shouts to Cisco, the building.
Ils ont pas de play
I don't know, there's
community,
so
puis
many
après du
people,
Street Fighter, j'ai
especially just like
perdu
pro
espoir.
Street Fighter players, because
Elle est sympa la meuf derrière par contre. Hein.
destroyed in games is something
Petite
that I
asiatique sympa.
enjoy
Hein.
in a weird way
Qui sont
because
au
you learn
calme.
so much.
Yes, that's how
especially
you learn.
T'es
Yeah.
passé
You
sur le
win
live
all
de
the time,
Lulu.
you're not learning it.
Sois
Yeah, if you're
content.
the best guy in the room, you need to change rooms.
He's gonna learn today too. So.
Oh,
Throw that out
you
there.
heard that. You heard that.
But yeah, honestly, any of the pro gamers that are out there, and as we bounce around to different events, like hopefully we'll be able to get out to Evo a little bit this year. That's like, please, hopefully. But yeah, honestly, anybody, because like, as far as like being good at these games, I'm like down here. So everybody's above, so I want to play with anybody and everybody.
Nice. Joe, what are you currently playing?
So we had this discussion earlier. So when you get off the road and like you've been out there for stuff, like there's games that maybe necessarily like you wouldn't think you'd play, but they're just easy to get into. So I mean I love Overwatch. I play a ton of that. Obviously a lot of the first-person shooters, Battlefield 1, Call of Duty. But like you have to get amped up to play them, otherwise you're gonna get punked. So it's like, so when I get home, I find myself like, oh man, I'm not really pumped up to play Overwatch, but like I've been playing Ghost Recon Wildlands a ton, and I'm on this like kick to like 100% it, and it's like I start, I'm like, oh, it's something that is easy for me to kind of unwind after you've had a real stressful week, and both physically and mentally out on the road, to be able to get home. Get in front of a game and kind of transport yourself out into a different world for a little bit. It's a big help for this lifestyle.
Ok.
So is the game that you're most looking
Ça a
forward to this
repris.
year Destiny 2?
It's one of them. And actually,
Ça a
playing Call of
repris.
Duty today.
Mako a
Like I
lâché
said, I'm a
d'un coup.
huge World War II buff. I love Call of Duty 2 and the
What the
previous
fuck?
iteration. And I mean,
Mako
I
elle a
love
lâché.
Modern Warfare.
Pif. Elle s'est fait chier
my,
aussi,
my
elle s'est barrée.
interest started to wane, but you just pick it up because Call of Duty is
Oh mais
something
Cash
you pick up every year.
retombe à
But
78 hein.
playing Call of
Tout le
Duty 2,
monde s'est barré.
playing the new Call of Duty now, it really got
Tout
me
le monde
excited.
était à
and hyped up for it,
136,
so I'm
tout le monde
looking
s'est
forward to
barré.
Awesome. Tell us your backstory with video
Wow.
games. How'd you get into it?
So same thing with the NES, its first gaming system. But
Putain.
my mom always tells the story when
Oh, il y a
people
une
talk
chute
about
de
games
viewers
with
d'un
her.
coup.
I was terrified to
On
play
est
Super
passé de
Mario
238 à
because
48.
to like little kid me, when you died in the
What
game,
the
you died
fuck?
in real life. So
Bon,
I wanted like nothing to do with it.
c'est pas ma
So my
faute,
sister
mais
would
j'ai
always
pas
play,
tapé
and
dans
eventually
Mako.
she coaxed me into playing.
Mako a
And
lâché.
I was just very socially
3 secondes.
awkward, just super quiet kid. But my mom noticed that when I would play video games with other kids, that's the only time I'd really talk to them. And so she would set up like play dates for me to play Nintendo with kids. And she noticed like, oh, you know, he's like gaining verbal skills. He's not so shy. And so becoming friends with those kids through video games, then going to school, those kids essentially taught me how to talk to other kids. So video games essentially broke me out of my shell. And
Lako
so,
n'a pas
like
supporté.
Joe said, it's a way to unwind, but it's like my happy place forever. Especially in that real awkward time of like middle school to high school, and that awkward transition of being a weird age teenager.
Yep.
Sega Saturn was like my
24 minutes, tout est
oasis.
possible.
So I would turn off
Tout
all
est
the lights,
possible.
and I had a purple lava lamp that would be going, and I would play like Clockwork Knight 2 until like the wee hours of the morning.
Taking me back.
Would you light a candle too?
Oh my god. Play some George Michael. Killing it. But yeah,
Pourtant,
it's just
Bichou
always
devait
been
être
a
là,
way
hein.
to wind down, whether school was frustrating or there's just like life stress. So even in adulthood now, like it's a way for you to have that
Bichou
escape
devait
and
être là,
go
mais
to a different
finalement,
place and play. And
il est
in
reparti.
adulthood, now I've gotten into MMO, so
Il est
I'm playing
reparti en
Final Fantasy
Floride.
14 like it's my job, because it's amazing, and there's so many different kinds of people that play. So like, there's times where I'm playing with people who are in Japan, Australia, England, like Barbados, and just making friends all around the world through video games.
Yeah.
So that's what it's always been to me. It's been a social construct for me. And
Toi,
I know
on est
that
tombé dans le live
nowadays
anglais,
there's
frère.
so many people
Ça y est.
that think
Il est
video
anglophone.
games rot your brain. Kids, you need to be outside playing in the sun. It's like, I think all
C'est ça
things
le
in
pire, c'est que
moderation.
Bichou devait être
But
là
I
finalement.
don't think that video games have that
Mais
negative
il s'est
effect. I
barré.
think they have such a huge
Il a dit c'est de la
positive
merde, je m'en
effect
vais.
because they're allowing you to branch out in the social.
Also, you can turn it into a career. I wish I had played
Yeah.
more video games when
Yeah,
my mom
right?
was telling me, please get off video games.
I think another thing too is that like, and when we talked about this before, is like we're from like the arcade
Tout à fait
generation.
Bouillac, qui reprend sur
And,
Xavier
I
Wood.
think the death of the arcade is
Samoa
probably
Joe,
one
il
of the
passe
saddest things
par-dessus
when
la
it comes
meuf.
to video games because,
Same.
Et il balance
being
le
down there
trailer.
throwing your $20 in the quarter machine, and it was a meeting place, a social gathering place for so many of my friends kind of growing up. You know, before you're 18 and you're out doing the fun stuff. Like I remember the arcade was kind of like the hot
On
spot
verra,
to be at.
on verra
where,
si je fais
everybody
des
kinda
vidéos
met up and
abonnés,
had a lot of
mais
fun. So,
j'ai pas le
you know,
time et j'aurai sûrement pas le
that's
time.
one thing that I would love to see come back. I mean, with the barcades, it's cool, but
Yeah.
I think just the arcade in general, I think is just a cool social construct that I'd love to see like kind of come back into prominence.
Which classic games did you spend the most quarters on?
And it was always like brawlers and like X-Men, Golden Axe, you know, stuff like that. You know,
Turtles
I mean,
in Time.
Turtles in Time, and of course, you know, like
Turtles
Street
in
Fighter and Mortal Kombat. The first couple runs of that, I mean, it was just it was always kind of amazing thing to put your quarter up and know that you had next.
Yep. You want to take some Twitter
Non,
questions?
non, je pense qu'on aura.
Let's do some Twitter questions.
All right. So we've got some Twitter questions
Tu vois,
in
on
last
est,
week.
on est au
The first
truc
one's
de
from
pay-per-view.
Dan Reb V.
On est à l'after pay-per-view,
Yes,
quoi.
what game do you believe you've put the most time in over the course of your lives? Joe?
Ooh, oh, Fallout 4, easy. Like it's actually recorded. Like like I went on Steam like a couple like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I looked, and I was like, damn man, like that's a lot of my life. Like
Bon, tu
was
dis
the
qu'il a
time
été
at?
annoncé. Puis 17,
let's
faut
just
savoir.
say it was in the months.
Il a été annoncé via le web. Hein. Ça a été un communiqué de
question.
Touquet, c'est tout.
Mario Kart Double Dash. Easy. That to me, like there's no
On s'en
game
fout.
better than Double Dash. It's like the most replayable game ever made.
Are you still playing it?
Oh God, yes. Yes. I legit have my Wii hooked up to my TV right now because
Attends,
old
on va
school Wii,
chercher
you
un
can
peu.
still play the GameCube games on it. Dude, and it's the
Connexion.
best.
Good answers. All right. Next Twitter question is from I'm Marsh Watson, and he said, "What's your favorite meal?"
Putain, mec. Il sélectionne des questions en mode
Korean
quel est ton
barbecue.
lait préféré,
Yes.
mais
Yakiniku.
on parlera jamais de Chucky 18 à un moment donné. Hein.
It's a great. You out with friends. You have a grill. And just
All you can
simple
eat.
meat,
Ah,
yeah,
sérieusement,
let's
c'est quoi
meet,
ces
chill.
questions genre C'est quoi ton lait préféré?
Have a couple,
Lol.
have a couple adult beverages and hang out, and it's a good time for everybody.
Mine would be stuffed crust pizza with pepperoni and bacon. Yeah, slathered in sweet baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce.
Wow.
Moi j'aime bien le lait
Alright,
Blédina
alright.
A
MDR.
lot.
What's our
On
next
se marre
question?
bien ici. Hein.
This one is Xavier. When are you gonna be playing some more Switch games?
Playing Switch constantly.
I mean, I think it's referring to up, up, down,
On up,
down.
up, down, down. So things are in the works, possibly coming soon. But Switch is very intense in the locker room. I can say that. We've got a lot of people who have gotten into it because of our schedules.
Tiens, on a
traveling
un
all the
tweet
time,
magnifique
being able to
de
take that
Arnaud
console
FR
with you on an airplane.
qui nous met
And now that we have
live
Street Fighter 2
de
out
GameSpot
on it,
et
like,
qui nous
it's
dit
gone to, like, the
les
next
premières
level.
infos sur
So
Chucky
now I'm on
18 vont être
SmackDown
révélées
now,
ici.
but Joe's still on Raw.
LOL.
He's giving me stories about
Va voir ma
guys that are
vidéo,
on
c'est beaucoup
Red
mieux.
side who just are into their Switches like nobody's business. So
Yeah,
hopefully
they find a spot in the arena, and it's just like that's where they are. That's
Oh,
what
mais
they're
bientôt
gonna
il
be
y
for a
aura
while.
votre actrice de cul préférée,
Put in
c'est
their
qui
time
tient
on the
bien.
Switch.
Ça c'est fait.
All right, next question
tombé
we have
n'importe
from
quoi.
Marshall AJ. Samoa Joe, do you have full confidence you'll beat Brock at Great Balls of Fire?
Yes, and I don't know why anybody would think
Ah,
of
je vais
that.
faire hashtag la petite salade. Je rigole pas.
I don't know. I think maybe it's gonna. No, man. Like I'm gonna whip Brock's ass, like bad. Like I
Not
don't
even a
see why
question.
anybody thinks it's any different.
yeah, there's no real other way to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Like I'm gonna whip Brock Lesnar's ass.
Ah, là il veut lécher les couilles de Brock Lesnar.
What's our next question?
From Marquis Candy, are you looking forward to playing Destiny 2 and checking out new areas in the game?
Ah,
Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
After we played the solo stuff on the computer, like it's like we were saying earlier, it's gorgeous, it's awesome, and the stuff that you see in the beginning, I don't know if we're allowed to like say it and spoil things for anybody, but like the fact that
Non,
there
non,
are
non,
these
non, je crois
new
pas.
areas that are coming, that's always fun in new games, and Destiny being such a strong title, and was so amazing with the first one that came out, and then all the expansions, like the fact that we've got the second one, whole new world of stuff going on, whole new stories, like super psyched to see everything.
Ah.
And I think like the MMO space in general is always something that's kind of evolving and getting better and better. And like, you know, now you have the second iteration of it. It's like you want that. You know, you think they're gonna correct the things that they did in the first one.
Non,
and
finalement,
make
non,
the
y a
second
rien.
one even better. So I mean, I
Non,
think
il
out
parle
the
pas de
box, it's
Chucky,
gonna be a
non.
better experience.
Il parle du nouvel art de jeu.
Question from Max.
Non, non,
He
finalement, non,
says,
y a rien.
what was your first video game and what is your favorite game of all time?
Ah, leur jeu préféré maintenant, ça y
you
est,
can
c'est
start.
parti.
Tough question.
So first game, Super Mario,
Mhm.
and then favorite game, we'll go back, Double Dash.
All right,
Easy.
easy.
Yeah, first game, Super Mario, I think. Yeah.
The one with the duck hunt in it too, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
Came with
yeah,
both.
with Duck Hunt.
Yeah. If you
the
don't know,
double cartridge.
Mon premier
No,
jeu c'était Super Mario 1 comme
actually
toi,
had to
comme
get those
par hasard.
separate. Yeah, I think they gave me like Gyromite with the robot that didn't work. And my favorite game,
Ah, mon premier jeu c'était un jeu pinball quoi.
It's probably Final Fantasy 6.
Voilà.
Like,
Ooh, oh, I
uh,
saw that you guys were
yeah,
arguing
Bien
about
raison.
we had an
best
argument
Final
about
Fantasy.
it. We did have an argument about
Yeah.
it.
Seven's the best.
7.
And you were
6.
wrong.
All right.
Out strife, man.
Next question's from Ali. Samoa Joe, what is your favorite Nintendo game of all time?
I just mentioned it
Qu'est-ce
right
qu'on
there.
se fait chier.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Qu'est-ce qu'on se fait chier.
Just hands down. I mean, from it was one of I think it was the first like game experience that I had that the story was very riveting and I was like really like engrossed in and I dug it and it was I think it was like the first kind of masterpiece experience that I had with video games where before you know you're just kind of playing for high
Non,
score
non, je
but I
pense que
was
c'est mort. Hein.
totally invested in it and very much about it and had to complete everything, get the best ending and do it the right way. So that'd be it.
From AJS, for Xavier Woods, rank your top 5 Zelda games, and how did you like Breath of the Wild? No pressure.
First for me it's easy, and I don't know if this is popular or not, but Ocarina of Time.
J'en ai marre.
My first one, okay.
Why do you act like that's like controversial? That's not even close.
No,
to
because I've got,
Ocarina of Time. They remade it like 70 million times.
Dude.
It's so good. Like
I've gotten in like heated arguments and almost like ended friendships.
okay, I can believe
over
that.
my because like I have like a glass Ocarina in
People
my
press
house
their
that you can
feelings
like
over
play.
Zelda.
Yeah, and that's why I got this on my arm because Ocarina of Time is my jam. Let's see, and then probably Majora's Mask.
Is this from 1 to 5?
Yeah, 1 to 5. Link to the Past.
Comment
Yep,
perdre une
yep.
heure de votre vie les gars?
Then I'll say Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Voilà.
For, and then in the first one, gold
Alright.
cartridge.
All right.
Gold cartridge first
Classic,
one. Yeah, yeah.
classic.
But yeah,
Moi
Ocarina of
aussi, je
Time
pourrais
was
faire ça.
definitely like. And I think it's
C'est moi ou
to Joe's
c'est
point of like
c'est
playing
les
your
bottes
first like
de. Enfin, les
masterpiece
chaussures
game.
de Veloute sont
That
putain
for
de
me
grandes.
was it. Because again, like being scared of video games at the beginning and then
C'est
kind of
hallucinant.
playing them casually. That was the first time that I was able to sink my teeth into something. There's characters that I just fall in love with, and then having the ocarina, being able to like have a horse that runs around like Epona, like it's amazing. So I think that's something that definitely sticks with you over time. So you not only have the nostalgia feels, but like this is one of the games that like changes the course of your gaming life and says, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life.
Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse. Animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too. Make a black and blue for the bag of white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm either.
Cool.
simplement.
And the second part of that question was, what do you think of Breath of the Wild?
Oh, I think Breath of the Wild is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're actually talking. We've got a guy with us, Brian. We call him our dad because he makes sure we make it everywhere we need to go.
You call him daddy.
He asked. We asked him. He asked me, "Oh, you know, how many hearts do you have now?" And I'm like, "Oh, 6." He's like, "But you're like almost done with the game." I was like, "Yeah, I use all my points for stamina." I'm like, for stamina.
Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse. Animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too. Make a black and blue for the bag of white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm either.
The weapon system was like super frustrating.
Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse. Animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too. Make a black and blue for the bag of white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm either.
Deeper in the story, it really started to like hit home.
J'attendais rien donc.
Okay, so you're at E3 2017.
Voilà.
Is this your second, third E3?
This is third E3 for me.
All right. So how does this one compare to the last two?
It's weird because, like I said, at the first E3, we just came in and we're like, oh, we're starting a gaming channel. Hey guys, we're like on the scene. Like, please accept us. We're okay. We promise. To now, like, we're like on stage with you talking about like all this stuff.
Il y a des gens qui attendaient quelque chose, mais moi j'attendais rien.
For the past, like, I
Enfin,
guess,
quand même,
like,
la réaction comme ça, mais bon.
So it's
Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse. Animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too. Make a black and blue for the bag of white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm either.
Super supportive. Like, I can't tell you like what that means to me as someone who's like putting their like life and soul into something.
Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse. Animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too. Make a black and blue for the bag of white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm either.
So we haven't gotten to play a lot of stuff that I've been super hyped about.
Okay.
But I think, besides like Dragon Ball Fighters, like I really, really want to get hands on Spider-Man.
Yep.
Because like
me
I'm
too.
watching the trailers and everything, and then when everything ended, and then you go back, and then you see Miles Morales.
Yep.
I was in my hotel room losing my mind.
We were all screaming in the.
Are they gonna go like with the storyline from the comic book where something happens and then he takes over, like, or is it actually him? Did he like do all that and then come down and take pictures? Like, what's gonna happen? So I don't know. I'm really excited about that. And then the Detroit.
Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that looks
good.
awesome to me, and I'm very
Really
into
good.
those story-based games. So like Until Dawn, like I played through that like 8 times, and then watched more people play through it. So like any game that has that kind of choose your own storybook kind of feel.
A lot of
really
replayability on that.
So,
Yeah.
really pumped to see that. And then like we were talking about Anthem.
Yep.
Too, like.
Yeah.
This looks like the most gorgeous game
Donc,
ever.
on a
Frostbite is
passé
like
une heure
amazing.
Do you think that the Destiny comparisons
avec
are
ces
fair?
deux bouffons qui nous ont raconté leur vie.
Until I play a game, honestly, I
En deux
hate
mots,
to
c'est
make
ça.
comparisons because I think we do it too much.
Twitter, ça s'est
In
affolé.
general, I think, oh, that's just
Et ils nous
Destiny
ont
for this,
balancé
or that's just, you know,
comme
Call of
quoi
Duty
il y aurait
that,
des
and I
nouveautés,
think every
des
game
trucs
has
annoncés.
its own feel, and I know
Et
developers
finalement,
work very, very hard to differentiate their IP from another. So I think it's almost irresponsible to kind of make that comparison.
Non, mais je pense qu'il y a
You know,
que.
especially after kind of being involved in the development process with other games throughout my career, and just knowing like how hard these guys are working to make it something different. You hate to be like, oh yeah, you're just a clone of this. So I mean, that's why we definitely want to see a little bit more of it, get our hands on it, and you know, see for ourselves. But if it is, you know, that's the first thing that's going to come out of our mouth.
Is Anthem the game that you're most excited about?
Allez,
that
10
you heard
minutes.
about at
En
E3
10 minutes,
2017?
allez.
I think so, for me.
Tu peux
I
encore
think
5
so,
minutes
just
ta
'cause,
vie. Tu peux faire
I know
c'est
my
5 minutes,
the
tu parles
people
de
that I
toutes
play
les
with
quoi.
and that I do co-op with, like they were really into it, and I mean that, you know, that whole experience is very predicated on the people that you surround yourself with. So if they're about it, usually I'm about it.
La fatigue.
Nice. All right, Matt. Any questions?
Do you bring like a system with you when you go on the road? I know Xavier obviously does.
I don't have to, because there's literally 8 different people at any time who have a system on them. So it's not a necessity. I mean, unless you want to play in your room alone. But I mean, there's always a system set up in the locker room. There's always a system set up somewhere in the building at any point in time. Or if he's filming up, down, down, there's usually all kinds of cool gadgets going around. So it's you're never at a loss for a system when you're on the road.
Who are you playing with the most usually during the week?
So I have a buddy of mine who I play with. Actually, runs a great charity, Pops for Patients. If you're a pop collector and you want to donate and help out some kids, please check him out, popsforpatients.org. But a guy named Randy Lee, he's a good buddy of mine, and he's kind of like one of my main guys that I play with. He also helped me kind of do some administrating when I used to run a Twitch channel, running my Twitch channel and stuff when I had time. And I have just kind of general friends that I've known for years that have kind of just been in my Xbox friends list, and I mean half of them don't even know that I'm a wrestler, which is hilarious to me because we're talking and then a little quip will come up and they'll just be like, oh, well, what were you doing in Singapore yesterday? Oh, nothing. Shut up, get back to the raid.
Yeah. Living a secret life.
Yeah.
So, do you guys play a lot of games together?
We did before I jumped on SmackDown.
What is your favorite game to play together?
If I had to say, we've never played this before together, but I know that it would be our favorite game to play together. Def Jam Vendetta.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes,
no doubt. Any more wrestling questions?
I was gonna say, can we get Samoa Joe on jump scares?
I'm in.
Yes.
To see who doesn't jump, you have a tournament for that.
Regardez le mec derrière ce qu'il a fait.
I just he understands that sometimes I just have violent reactions to stuff. So
yes. So when we put him in the VR, I made sure step way back.
Yeah, you better
because you don't want to get punched in the face. If you look at his hands, they're heavy and they hurt.
Show him to the camera.
So I love your entrance music. It's one of my. It says so much about who you are when you get in the ring. How did that all come together?
So really kind of a crazy process. So initially when I'd come in, we had talked about entrance music, and the guys at CFO, I mean, they're incredible. They really, really are. I mean, just have an incredible talent for producing music and really in a timely fashion, which is
for an artist is
something unparalleled. And I'd come in and working with NXT, Hunter asked me, he said, hey, listen, give me some examples of music that you like or stuff that you used in the past, and I just named off a few things. I've used several different, especially during my indie run, several different songs and music. One of them said "The Mama Said Knock You Out," but I've always used the Godzilla, the classical Toei Godzilla intro, which was kind of sampled and used in a song called "Simon Says" by Pharoah Monch. And so I'd mentioned that they had produced the first song for me. And I came out to it, and then I remember I came backstage, and he asked me, he's like, you feeling that? Do you like that? I said, it's all right. I'm not really, not super duper about it. And he goes, well, he's like, we want to get it right. Let's change it. And so we had a big call, and like I said, I started supplying these samples and music, and then I remember the first time they heard the Simon Says beat, they were just like, this is the one. And they said, well, what do you want to sound like? And I said, I want to sound like Godzilla kicking over Tokyo. And he goes, give us a few days. And then 2 days later, my current music came out, and we were very, very happy with it.
Nice. So let's talk about some other entertainment. So we cover wrestling on GameSpot Universe, but we also cover movies, TV, comics. So tell us about what TV shows you guys are watching or super into.
Just started watching a
On prend
Handmaid's
trop chaud
Tale.
parce que là on se fait un peu chier, tu vois. Mais...
My God.
Depressing.
It is intense. So I have this thing where if there's a show coming out, then they have a book. I'll do audiobooks because we're on planes all the time. We're at the gym, and I've been able to just multitask and listen to those books. So ran through the books, you watch it. It's
Ah d'accord,
Really,
leur stream bug.
come home and relax
Super.
type of show.
no, it's like I need to put my brain into something that's super intense and after the credits roll, have a discussion about it type of show. That and Black
Quand
Mirror.
tu sais que l'année dernière, il y avait un trailer
I'm on the Black
qui était sorti au mois de mai.
What was your favorite Black Mirror episode?
I think the
Voilà,
social
quoi.
media one, just because it was so
It was
deliciously
too
ironic.
real.
Yeah.
It was too real. I couldn't handle it.
I actually know people like that, so it was just inside I was just laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
But I think that was my favorite Black Mirror.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see the one that was about video games?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Playtest? Yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything for anybody.
Watch that one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's really good. All right, what shows are you into besides Black Mirror?
Black Mirror. I really enjoyed Westworld.
I love Westworld.
I thought it kind of took me by surprise. I didn't go into it with like a lot of high expectations, so I think that really helped the viewing. I know other people, people, oh, it's a world beater show. It's the greatest ever. That's great. Game of Thrones. I don't think that's like a big surprise, but like, and it was cool. I got to work to do voiceover work on the Telltale game, and
nice.
It was just a really cool experience to to see the process and kind of see this alternate story in that universe. And I mean, and like I said, I've become a very big YouTube head, man. Like I dig shows and a lot of series that are on there, and a lot of them on Vice. I like a lot of the Vice stuff, so that's pretty cool too.
Really quick, you mentioned your involvement in video games, so do you have any insight into WWE 2K18?
We know that it's going to be absolutely amazing.
All right, I'll take it.
But yeah, just be sure you're ready to check it out. Obviously, at a later date, more information will be coming out. But as always, with our yearly game, try to make sure that people love it.
Nice. What's your involvement like when you're in like WWE 2K17 and games in the past?
So for me, obviously doing stuff with the gaming channel and just making sure people know about it and that they know how to play it, and we have tournaments and stuff. Yep. And that, like I said a second ago, that people are enjoying it, because that's the biggest thing. Like we talked about, we want to make sure a video game is fun. But with the WWE 2K experience, we want to make sure that you're being able to feel what it's like to like have that entrance, or to build your own entrance, or like if you were a sports entertainer, like what would you look like, the entrance music what you have, how would the lights work. So that was always like the coolest thing for me, playing those like old school N64 wrestling games, like building yourself and having this whole persona. But now you're able to like draw your own design.
Regardez le mec
Like,
derrière,
there's people
sérieusement.
that are out there, like let's say someone must have like a new set of gear at like at a SummerSlam or something. Like you'll see on Twitter the next day someone has drawn it and color corrected and put the little designs on it. It's like, how are you doing this? This is amazing. So so it's just cool that we have a community
Le mec
that
derrière,
is
il est trop chaud, quoi.
one, like well
Il s'est
versed
chauffé de
in the
ouf.
stuff that we're putting out, but then also have such a love for it that they're able to do those things and have such a good time playing it. So it's like shout out to the community for being awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's go back to, you mentioned Game of Thrones. Who do you want to see in the Iron Throne?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yep.
Very good question.
Get ready, I'm going to ask you
I don't
next.
know. Ooh. In a malicious
Quand
way, I
il
kind
joue,
of like the way
il a
it's worked
bouffé
out so
une-
far. You know, Seras is
un
out there,
cassoulet
she's
qui
doing
se
pretty
retient pour
good, she's
péter,
doing
quoi.
pretty nice.
Sérieusement.
But I mean, I think if they're going the way that I think they're headed, and then you never know, because they will deviate. I mean, they've said that. We'll see how things work out with Jon Snow.
Yeah? Xavier?
Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Coming to Westeros. I have this like love for her. She's incredible. And we were actually talking about this the other day. Like, is it her? Because like we saw in
On a
like
déjà parlé de
the
la fin, je
Terminator movie,
pense.
and it's like, oh, she's awesome. But like in Game of Thrones, I don't know what she's doing like with the character, but like immediately as soon as you see her, like you are like sucked into that character. You're like, succeed, please. Like you're the best. Mother of Dragons, you came out of fire. What? This is unreal. So like I'm a huge Khaleesi guy.
You think we'll see any more Stark reunions with the
Je
kids?
peux comprendre pourquoi ils ont fait un événement VE.
I don't know.
Vu que c'est la première année où, pas choqué, mais
Game of Thrones is one of those shows
le 3 est
where
ouvert au
you can be
public.
so attached to a character
C'est sa première année.
that's been in there since episode 1, then
La
all
première
of a
fois.
sudden, all like him and his whole family
Pour
die.
une fois qu'il y avait un
It's
événement
like,
VE,
now we have
quoi.
to start over? We're like,
Ça pouvait
we're
nous
already so
prendre
dead.
d'avoir du
What
choqué, mais
happened?
finalement pas du tout.
So like even like I don't know
Merci
if you guys
beaucoup.
like read the books or anything, but like so much stuff
Je pense
happens
qu'après
and
là,
you
je vais
just
cache
lose
couper.
so many characters. You're like,
Parce que ça sert à rien.
why? What's this
Je
happening?
vais faire un débrief dessus.
Yeah, especially like with like the Red Wedding. that happens, you're just like,
Yeah. Feelings.
Yeah.
De toute façon, toutes les news seront sur ma chaîne, donc dès qu'il y aura des news, j'en impacterai pas mal. Et je ferai une vidéo.
So like
Tout simplement.
at first, I would say.
Et s'il y a un trailer, vous inquiétez pas, je fais un.
And then it switched to what's
Jeu
his
de
sister's name?
comment dire.
Arya. So we switched to Arya Stark, But then
Je le
it
débrief.
switched to the Hound.
Peut-être en live. Ça peut être cool
And
ça.
then off the Hound,
Je
like
débrief
Brienne.
un trailer en live.
So like it's legit every like couple of episodes.
Brienne's awesome.
But like I think a solid contender at all times is Tyrion. So
Okay,
if I had
that's fair.
to pick one,
That's fair.
Tyrion Lannister
That's fair.
is my dude.
Yeah. So how about movies? What's the best movie you've seen this year?
Pop Stars.
From last year?
No, because Pop Stars came out this year.
What?
The Lonely Island movie.
Popstar
That's
never
last
never
year.
saw
Last
Bing?
year?
That was
Technically
last
last
year.
It's
That
also
was
the movie
last
this
year.
year too, though, if you want.
As you can tell, we don't get a chance to
Yeah.
go out
It's
and see
okay.
many movies.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it this year.
I did see it this year.
There you go.
Because the Black Ranger's in it for no reason, like doing
Yes.
a Snapchat. It's really weird. It's like the best cameo ever. Okay, so then this year, I'm a Cyclops guy,
Okay.
so I like always denounce Wolverine, but I saw Logan. That movie's unbelievable.
Logan is
Like,
fantastic.
So
Yes.
good. As soon as you see her come out with the claws and she's bouncing around like a bouncy ball, there's like merkin dudes. I'm like, yep, I'm
Yep.
in.
Yep.
This is fantastic. But
Agree.
yeah, it does such a good job of telling a story. I lied. Not the best movie I've seen this year. Get Out.
Yes. Yes.
Give me the keys. Give me the keys.
That movie is a masterpiece.
Yes, because it speaks so much to real life. Like if you've been in that situation, not that exact situation, obviously, but you know that
Been
there's
in
like
that situation.
there's this underlying fear of like
Yeah,
meeting
what?
parents. Yeah, you know.
On to your neighborhood, man.
It's not my neighborhood. It's elsewhere. No. There's this like underlying fear in the fact that they were able to capitalize on that like small thing and
Yeah.
turn it into like a horror movie. It's like we've been there before. You could kind of relate. And so that
What?
you just don't know. It's
Joe.
hard out here for us.
Joe, favorite movie you've seen this year?
So I haven't seen a ton this year because obviously it's been
A lot of work.
crazy, a lot of work. But I really dug John Wick too.
John Wick 2 was fun.
Yeah.
Did you like the first and the second one
Oh
equally?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Which one was better, first or second?
I kind of like the first a little bit better, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what movie are you looking forward to? Are you big into Marvel at all?
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking forward to the next Thor movie?
Well,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yes. That trailer is incredible.
Obviously, yeah, like just.
So good.
I actually refused to watch the trailer.
Really?
I wanted to be just coming clean.
Okay. Good luck.
I've been
Ça
so
parle de
hyped
trailer,
about
là.
it. As soon as you saw him in the Avengers movie, I was just like,
Attends, ça parle de trailer.
yes. So I just saw like a picture of it, and he's like in his throne. And I'm like, oh, you better tear somebody up. So that and movies that like haven't been announced or may not ever happen. Back to Static Shock. I want a Static Shock movie,
All right.
and I wouldn't be mad if your boy got cast. Just
Make
saying.
it happen. Make it happen. What movie are you looking forward to, Joe?
None, because I cannot reiterate enough. I have like zero time lately. he's tremendously busy. He does up, down, down. But kind of on this latest run, I have had like zero time to catch any media. And I'm like a classic. Like I said, when we see movies, it's usually on like an international flight because that's when everything's just out of theaters. So I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really sit down and say that I'm really
That's
looking forward
fine.
to anything.
All right, let's close out with what message do you have to video game fans and people that want to get into wrestling, people that want to get into video games?
If you love video games, you're not alone because there's an entire culture that stands behind you. There's an entire culture of people who have been made fun of and have been pushed in the dirt for loving these things. We are now adults, and we are now on stages like this. We are now wrestling and part of the WWE. We are now in music. We are now in football. We are now in soccer. We are now everywhere. So just know that if you're a child who's going through some things and video games are your only retreat, we've been there and we got you.
Ok, le stream, c'est carrément le stream qui bug. On dirait qu'ils avaient tout prévu. Le stream a bugué. What the fuck? C'est super.
All right, Joe, any last words for your fans?
And expounding on what he said, we play video games to be able to transport us to fantastic.
Le stream commence à lâcher, ça y est. C'est super. Okay.
Worlds and scenarios that we could never do in real life. And if you enjoy these scenarios, if you enjoy these tragedies, these dramas, these great accomplishments, these great heights, then I
le stream commence à
guarantee
replanter
that if
comme
you
avant.
tune in and watch the art form that we call professional wrestling,
C'est super.
you will see very much the same thing and experience very much the same thing. So please, join us in both realms, and we hope that you do.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to throw it back to the GameSpot demo stage. Thank you, Xavier. Thank you, Samoa Joe. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Done.
Thank you, sir.
Nice done.
Thank you.
Tout ça pour ça.
Thank you, sir.
Tout ça pour ça. Tout ça pour ça. Eh ben, ils se sont bien foutus de notre gueule, hein, en tout cas. Bon. Fin du live. On va s'arrêter là. Parce qu'il n'y a rien à débriefer en fait. On a parlé. Enfin, ils ont parlé de leur vie. De ce qu'ils aiment. De ce qu'ils aiment pas. De leur chaîne YouTube. Ils nous ont douillés. Je pense que c'était parce que c'était ouvert au public. Qu'ils ont fait ça. Sinon, je pense qu'ils auraient jamais fait ça. 1 heure pour ça. Vous avez gâché 1 heure de votre vie avec moi à regarder 2 cons en train de parler. Voilà.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the
Je vous
GameSpot
souhaite une
demo
bonne
stage
fin de soirée à tous.
here at E3 2017.
Je vais me
Joining
coucher.
Oscar and myself to talk about
Ils m'ont cassé les couilles.
Ace Combat 7.
Ils aillent se faire
Franchise
enculer.
director Kono-san.
Le 3, c'est de la
And we have
merde.
Mike here who's translating.
C'est des
Welcome.
voleurs. Voilà.
Thank you for coming.
Bonne soirée.
What are you showing at this year's E3?
Au revoir.